at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies' event. This ladies' event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and we'll be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates. Good morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is Mjpt and it is the first tour stop of the season and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very, very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, day 2 of the Mjpt 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there, we move on to 12 o'clock, where there is a Super Slam satellite. This is your chance to win your way into the 25K Super Slam for just 800 Rand entry. Join us for that satellite, and hopefully you get to win your seat into the 2 p.m. 25K freeze-out. This is such an exciting event. It's a big buy-in, but it promises to be really, really great poker. You'll sit down with 100,000 in chips and plenty of time to play your way to one of the best trophies to win in this series. Then after that, at 3 o'clock, we've got a 3K Turbo. Lots of fun for that event. It's a re-entry event with an add-on and promises to be another awesome MJPT event. Then at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies' event. This ladies' event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and we'll be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates. Good morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is Mjpt and it is the first tour stop of the season and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very, very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, day 2 of the Mjpt 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there, we move on to 12 o'clock, where there is a Super Slam satellite. This is your chance to win your way into the 25K Super Slam for just 800 Rand entry. Join us for that satellite, and hopefully you get to win your seat into the 2 p.m. 25K freeze-out. This is such an exciting event. It's a big buy-in, but it promises to be really, really great poker. You'll sit down with 100,000 in chips and plenty of time to play your way to one of the best trophies to win in this series. Then after that, at 3 o'clock, we've got a 3K Turbo. Lots of fun for that event. It's a re-entry event with an add-on and promises to be another awesome MJPT event. Then at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies' event. This ladies' event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and we'll be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates. morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is Mjpt and it is the first tour stop of the season and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very, very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, Day 2 of the Mjpt 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there, we move on to...
Morning. Can anybody hear me? Good morning.
Morning, Gary. Morning to the viewers.
So, what day are we on, Mark? I've lost count.
Yeah, we're on our fourth day at Carnival City already.
Oh my word, I'm getting old. Today is Carnival City, 28th of February. That means it's payday.
Yeah, payday for a lot of people.
Days, happy days. So, Super Slam continues in about 5 minutes. 26 players still in. And a veritable who's who of poker, but missing some faces that we would normally see.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of the Cape Town crew and a lot of the guys from down south in Durban and that. But nice to see that Jared Solomon's in the field.
Oh, is he back?
Yes, I saw him amongst the list there, so he's on the outer tables.
Okay.
And he did start last night. I didn't see him, but I'm very pleased to see that he has joined us for the series.
That's good stuff. Good stuff indeed. We always like to see Jared on the felt, as they say. Okay, so what else is happening today? 11 o'clock Survivor Jam. Little plug for this. This is a cash tournament played over 7 hours.
Correct. Start with a 6K buy-in.
Yep, and you can join this up until the 5th hour. So 11 plus 5 hours, because everybody has to play 2 hours to qualify. All right, so the blinds will remain the same on that, 200, 400 with the 100 ante. Also, there's a free roll today, Mark.
Yeah, free roll satellite at 4 p.m. for people to get a seat into the main event. 500 Rand rebuys and 500 add-on.
There you go. So if you're at a loose end and you want to join the cash game, that's going to cost you 6K from 11 o'clock onwards. Otherwise, come down here later on in the day after you've done your chores and your family duties and come and join us for the free roll at 4 p.m. So let's have a look at the runners and riders, Mark, here in the field still remaining, or to be enlarged, hopefully, for the 25K. Who's at the top there?
Gordon Padiachi at the top. He ran his super hot last night. Took out Johan de Graaf and accumulated chips from everybody.
Yeah, so he's sitting on 311,000. Slightly down on what he joined the feature table with last night, but still a commanding chip lead over our second place player who needs no introduction, our very own KK, Mr. Kevin Khalil, on 233.
Yeah, Gary, and that was from a starting stack of 100,000, so those players did extremely well last night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, spending it up to that is in good shape. You can join up to level 10 today, so or 10 levels. So still plenty of time to get in. Fabian is in there. Nice to see Fabian playing in the 25K.
Yes, Gary, and he won a sat in here, so he's doing a good job here so far.
So cheap ticket.
Absolutely.
Good for him. And then, of course, down in 5th place on our chip count is the most recent Monster Jam winner, Mr. Nayan Lam.
Yeah, the winner of our 6K freeze, so he's on good form and he had a good run in the sets.
So he'll be on the feature table today. In fact, he's in seat 5, so he'll be 12 o'clock in your picture. And the next player, you and I spoke about offline just now, Adam Wolf. We actually don't know Adam too well.
Don't know much about Adam. I've seen that he's only played a few events that we've seen him in, so we'll get to know him better today.
Always nice to have new players at the feature table. Let's just drift down and look who else is on table 1. Clive Kikia.
Yeah, our friend from Pietermaritzburg will be joining us on the feature table, and he's done fairly well, 162,200.
So that's our first look at him. Then we've got Anand Kumar, who is coming in with 91,000 and some change.
Well known to all the viewers and to ourselves.
And then the last player on table 1 today will be Chandra. She's been on the feature table quite a few times.
Sure, she's been there a lot. And Jamie Villela is also joining us on the feature table, Gary.
And always nice to see Jamie, of course.
Yeah, he's a real gentleman, Jamie.
Okay, well, talking to Jamie, I'm actually going to go out and do the intro to the players on the feature table. And I'm going to let you run the intro into the feature table. And if we start before I get back, I'm sure you're capable of handling that. So I'm going to slip out. We're going to change the picture to the feature table so you can see the players joining. And we'll be back shortly.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, as everybody can see, everybody's starting to take their seats there. Naeem Lam across table from us, as we said, the winner of the 6K freeze. And I had a chat with him after the event, so he's feeling very strong. He had a nice run in on the satellites, and he's feeling very confident for the series going forward. Then to the right of your picture, you have Clive Kick here, well known to all of us. He's a number of Monster Jam titles and other titles around. He even won a title in India when he went across there. He played a tournament over there. So Clive in good form. Then Jamie Valela down in seat number 1. Also well known to everyone, a regular to all the events. And always lovely to see Jamie at the table. And apparently that is the new player that we're not that familiar with, a younger player, so that's good news. Adam Wolf is down there in seat number 3. So I'm sure we'll get to learn more about him and his play as the tournament goes on. Anant hasn't joined us yet. And Anant is a seriously good player as well, also has a number of titles on the local circuit. So we can look forward to some interesting poker. All right, so we're off to our first hand already. And Clive Kick here with the Queen Jack has flopped the best of this against Naeem Lum with his Ace 8. And he'll bet and take it down. He'll show the Jack, build his table rep. And we're off after the first hand of the feature table on day number 4, which is day 2 of the Super Slam event. Chandra hasn't yet joined the table either. So we're four-handed at the start, waiting for the other players to come in. And when the action resumes, we'll be into hand number 2. And Naeem Lum will be under the gun.
Put it on the advert at the break, okay?
The Naeem folds under the gun, 8-3 off. Round to Clive in the hijack with Ace 8, but four-handed. Of course, he's going to raise that up.
3,000.
Puts it up to 3,000. Round to Jamie on the button, who folds. And Adam Wolf has defended.
Bring me
Queen
up to
10
speed, Mark.
suited.
Bring me up to speed.
Right, Gary, we're
Royal
in
flush draw.
hand number 2. Adam Wolf in the big blind has defended and picked up a monster draw. Up and down straight flush draw, or up and down royal flush draw. Well, the royal flush draw, up and down straight flush draw.
Okay, so Clive is heads up here in the hijack. So Adam's the player out of position, huh?
He's out of position. He checked. Clive has bet because Clive raised pre-flop. Clive has hit the bottom pair there.
30,200.
And he has immediately check-raised Clive.
Clive snap calls.
Clive snap calls with bottom pair. Clive doesn't want to find his ace here for 2 pair because that'll give Adam the straight. And there's the flush for Adam, and he has the check mark.
Bingo card. So Adam's going to continue the story here by the look of it.
Yeah, he check-raised the flop, and now he's leading out.
2,000.
Looks like Clive's decided this might be an opportune moment to get away from this.
The famous cricket ball in front of him.
Yes, I've got some stories about that later. Clive sent me the cricket story.
Give you a chance to catch your breath, Gary. Quick running up and down from the booth to the table and back a few times. All right, so there's our chip count on this 8,000. And down to Jamie at the bottom with 44.5. We're still waiting for Nant and Chandra to join us.
Yep, nobody in the danger zone, so we're going to a bit of playability at the table, as they say. Just the blinds there, 500, 1,000. 1,000 the big blind ante, so players significantly deep here still, Mark.
Yeah, extremely deep. I mean, if you looked at that starting stack and the slow structure, a lot of play in the Super Slam event. People getting max value for their 25k buying.
Absolutely, and I think we'll see a few more entries today as well. People will be coming in, joining after a good family day yesterday, so hopefully the numbers will go up. But I believe Mark went out on the social media this morning, so there's over 600k in the pot already.
Wow, so it's grown very quickly.
Okay, back to the table. Lum has raised this up to 7,000. Clive gets rid of his king 9, and Jamie will probably offload that out of the cutoff, yeah. So Lum will pick up the spare money in the middle.
And he shows the ace jack, build the table rep. Right, so we're off to a fairly brisk start here on the feature table this morning. Big hand between Adam and Clive to start off with. And Adam pulled in a number of chips. So having our first look at him on the feature table, he's fairly comfortable. Played the hand very well.
No, it's the people upstairs, it's the men upstairs, not Lash.
Right, and Chandra is joining the table. You can see her in the bottom right hand of the picture. She'll take her seat.
Okay, so the talking level will go up.
Yeah.
Chandra's arrived.
Definitely, and Adam doesn't seem to be short of chatter either, and he played that hand against Clive very well. So we got our first look at him in action. Straight away to Chandra under the gun, queen 2 off into the muck.
3,500.
So Jamie with a suited ace here in the hijack. Like to see a little bit of a... Oh, he's raised already. We just missed it. And looks like Adam's carving out chips to re-raise here.
Yeah, with the 8K on the button.
8,005.
So 3-5 up to 8-5. Lum folds very quickly, so does Clive.
Yeah, the ace 10, that lump folded, snap fold there, well to the raise, re-raise. Good solid play.
Jamie's only got 40k behind here, so he knows he's against a big stack who's got him well covered here. So he needs to make a decision whether or not ace 9 is a good time to be shedding a few more chips. And he calls. That's a 10k chip, so looking for a bit of change there from Sipe, and that'll happen. 2 players to the flop. Okay, so that's an interesting flop. Gives Adam the spade draw.
Yeah, nothing for Jamie there.
I think Adam likes these spade draw flushes, eh?
Yeah, he's picked up 2 in short succession.
So this should go bet fold. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's nothing for Jamie to continue with there, Gary.
Yeah. As you'll see at the top of the screen, he has 2 outs, the 2 9s, and he hasn't got enough chips to be throwing them away. I mean, Jamie's counting his chips here, but to be honest, Jamie's wise enough to know that this is not the right time, and they'll go in the muck. So Jamie, very prominent in the poker scene in South Africa, both in the casino cash games and in the tournament scene, and just a pleasure to be around her.
Absolutely lovable, likable gentleman.
Yeah, good lad, good lad. I'd say, going around the table here, Adam, I don't really know, shook his hand, said how's it, and be interested to see how he goes.
Oh, he's played well so far, Gary.
Yeah, and he's a really nice fella, and of course we know Lum, we know Clive, and we know Chandra, so be interested to see how we go.
And he's had a brisk start this morning. He's picked up 2 decent pots already. And from 2 experienced players, one from Clive and one from Jamie.
Yeah. So that's fold, fold. Action around to Lum. Don't think Lum's put his cards in the box yet. And round to Clive, King 3.
Blind on blind. Okay, Chandra already starting the chatter about trying to get walks and...
Okay, so 2 players here, blind on blind. Clive defending, completing, and Chandra checking.
Now they both found the 3, but Clive has got a completely dominated.
Yeah, superior kicker, so
And they
bet 1,000, call 1,000. Check, check. And Clive will get the check mark with a better kicker. Clive will be happy with that, and Chandra will have something to say, I'm sure. Okay, so Jamie down to 35 bigs there, Mark, after that hand. So not in the danger zone, but certainly heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah, you know, it's Jamie's a very experienced player, so you'll have a look at rebuilding on that stack. But as you said, with the blinds where they are, the players have a lot of playability still.
And remember, of course, this is a freeze out.
And the starting and the blind levels are very slow, Gary, so they have a lot of time.
Yeah, but it's a one-shot stop show, so it's a freeze out. So you got to look after those chips. And frankly, yesterday there shouldn't have been any all in. So with the chips being so deep, but hey ho. Obviously, there's a couple of coolers there. I don't know the exact hands, but we did lose a couple of players. And of course, they're going to be watching from the sidelines. There is no rebuy or re-entry option.
Yeah, and I think they'll be looking on with envy at these players with the nice playable stacks and the good prize money to follow.
Well, I've got to tell you, I'm looking on with envy because this is right in my ballpark for this event, and I'd love to be playing. And a lot of my friends and poker colleagues playing, of course, so I'm missing them. But you know, we've got the best seat in the house, and it's an education here, as you know. Okay, raise and a call here. King Jack off to 2 players, Adam and Lum.
So it'll be a case of whoever fires first.
Be interested to see a king on the flop. No fun this dealer, eh? So it's a rainbow flop, all low cards. So check, I think. Nope, check bet.
Yeah, check bet, and in position, Naim will take the hand down.
Yep.
As I said, who fires first?
Showdown at the OK Corral. And Adam's got 215 big blinds there, so he's in good shape, as is Lum.
Now, Chandra also on 45 big, so she's not in the danger zone yet.
Not at all. So I think we're 26 in the field this morning, Mark. That's what we have starting, eh?
Yeah, that we started with, that were remaining from last night. And of course, as you said, people can still enter for a number of levels this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Gary, and if you came in this morning, you'd still have 100 big blinds.
Yeah, awesome, eh? I mean, that's a very big stack in anybody's book, you know, 100 bigs. So what, Lum's got a pretty set of connectors here, 8-7 on the diamonds. I suspect under the gun, he might have a little look as we're so deep.
Yeah, just lumps in.
What's Mr. Kikia got? In the cutoff, King 8. Looks like he might be pulling a bit of a move here. That looks like 2-6, 2-7, something like that.
Well, I'm already counting out the calling chips there.
2-8. That's folded round. So back round to Lum.
Oh, and then he folds. And he counted out the calling chips and then folded.
Looking for a reaction, I'm sure.
Oh, Chandra re-raised, that's why.
Yeah, so Chandra 3-bet with the ace-jack. And that got rid of Clive. Clive realises that his little move isn't getting through. And Chandra pick up a few chips for her trouble and got the 51 bigs. So well done, young lady. Okay, we're going to flip to the outside, one of the outside tables quickly between hands. Oh, look, a veritable who's who of poker.
Mr. Brooks, and across from there, there's John Abrosi and Carl Marburg.
Is that Gordon Pagliacci with his head to us at the back of his head?
Yeah, that's the back of Gordon Pagliacci's head.
And of course, the unmistakable figure of Harold Brooks on the left there.
And Carl straight across in
Who's this chap here?
card stream jacket. That's a player that I'm not too familiar with there, Gary, on the left-hand top left.
This looks like Joe Abreu, I'm not sure. And, okay, we'll go back to our feature table. And we'll grab another table in a minute. And it looks like the actions on Clive under the gun are now it's folded round to Jamie, ace-5 on the button.
And he's raised.
3,000, I think.
8. Oh, big
wow,
raise.
that's a big raise. I want those blinds, is what he's saying.
Absolutely. He wants some of his chips back.
So he'll pick up 2,500 for his trouble.
Adam gives him a wry look there. So watch that big raise there.
Yeah. So the folks at home might see a little bit of flickering on the camera occasionally. Nothing we can do about that. I believe it might be power fluctuations here. Our equipment's working just fine and dandy, so we'll just work with it, and hopefully we can continue to bring these great pictures to you on all 3 streams. And as people will know, if they've been watching over the last couple of days, Mark Zuckerberg and us have fallen out. He doesn't like our stream anymore, so Facebook has been struggling, but the other 2 platforms have been okay, 5-5, sky high. So if you want to watch us on the YouTube, watch us on the Twitch, and if you want to try Facebook, make sure your share price is good with Mr. Zuckerberg. Okay, 7's here for Jamie.
He's raised.
And he has raised it up. Our technical team are already apologising for losing the action.
All right, well, Clive raised and then Jamie called. That's why we missed that.
So the raise was from Clive and the call was from Jamie.
8,000.
Yeah, and Clive checked, so Jamie's immediately bet. Sense any weakness? Yeah.
Okay, Clive folds.
So
Chandra folds, so Jamie will get that through.
good pressure from Jamie, even though they were all overcards to his 7s. As soon as they just checked to him, he bet out, Gary.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way he should play as well. So well played to him.
So Chandra will be under the gun for our next hand. Clive in the big blind. Ace-6 under the gun, 5-handed. So he lets them into the muck.
Okay, I'm going searching for our stream. It's getting near that time.
King-5 for Jamie. He's limped in. King-5 suited from the hijack.
3,000.
Adam Wolf from the button says, I'm having no limpers. I'll raise with the Queen-Jack.
Good for you. Well done, Adam.
Background, Jamie. Jamie's got chips in the middle. He's not folding easily as we've seen so far this morning.
No, indeed
Oh,
not.
and a big flop for Jamie. Oh, for Adam, actually. Queen-Jack, top 2. Nothing for Jamie.
If you think back now, this is like the second, third time these two guys have been heads up, and Adam's flopped a monster.
He's flopped big every time, Gary.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of form going there.
Bit of run good, bit of momentum. That's what we like to see. So our stream's not actually out there yet, but it will be, I would think, in a few minutes.
Yeah, I think about 13 minutes time, Gary.
Yeah, so we'll wait for that to happen. Don't be afraid to log on and look at the previous editions of the 6K, of course. That was over a 3-day period, 2-day ones and a day 2. And of course, yesterday was the inaugural day of this tournament, the 25K. And Adam, it looks like Adam is joining us, and he is sporting the new Monster Jam hoodie.
Yeah, he's got the new Monster Jam hoodie on, and an very accomplished player.
A little bit of bling there. Jamie with a 7-6. Anand with the ace-jack, that's his welcome to the table hand. Looks like he's raised it up straight away. Love might get sticky with these here on the button.
He might decide to see a flop with that. No, he gets rid of it. And just as well, because Clive Kick here in the small blind has woken up with big slick here.
What's his size in, I think? 6K was the
it
raise.
was raised to 6K when we go to about 18.
He's flatted it.
He's flattered it. Wow. Thought he was going to 3-bet for sure. He's getting a little tricky. So Anand doesn't want to see an ace here. Oh, that's going to be bad news for Anand.
Sick.
It's going to be
super
bad.
sick. Don't want to see an ace, we want to see 2.
Wow.
My word. Anand's going to fire here. We'll get across to Clive.
Yeah, maybe Anand's chips are going to go all in here,
Does
Gary.
Clive just flat this off? There's no draw there. It's a rainbow flop.
Look at Clive.
I like a flat here. I like a flat.
I love a flat here, Gary. Clive just looking at his cards. He's got top pair, top kicker, top 2 pairs.
Both of these players are actually trying to think to themselves, how can I extract more chips from these people?
Yeah, and Anand led in straight away.
12,000.
Min raise.
Min raise from Clive.
Okay, Anand's not going to run away from this, but he's going to be suspicious now. Have I got a better kicker? You know, but you could see money go across the line here.
That's what I was worried about when that flop came out.
Anand's got 76,000 in front of him. He might want to spin this up. He must think he's good. If he thinks that Clive is repping that, no, he's just going to call it off. Jack on the turn. Sick. No.
No
So
help for Anand yet. And he's
8s,
checked now.
6s or jacks. That's all that's going to help here. 6 for a chop,
He
obviously.
might be worried about pocket 8s as well because of the way that he glanced across just the min raise. Did you flop the boat?
I mean, the action would support that, of course, Mark.
Yeah, very much so. You know, that's going through his mind. But he doesn't want to fold trip aces, Gary,
He
with
doesn't
a
want
decent
to be,
kicker.
He doesn't want to be talking to other players in this hand either. The other players should know better and keep out of this. Okay, calls.
That's a big pot growing here. 72k in there, Gary. 100k
huge.
starting stack. There's almost a starting stack in there.
No sick river.
No help for
Clive
him.
gets the check mark. And this is about what is he going to get paid off on the river?
11,000.
Clive keeping it small. Yeah,
11,000. Ace king. And Anand will see the bad news.
Oh, look
Ace
at
jack.
that. Very unlucky.
Sick hand.
94k pot. Even Adam commiserates with an unt. Says, oh, there's nothing you can do there. Shake of the head.
No, handcuffed into that one. Unlucky, my friend. Anand joins the table with his care package and gets a hiding.
Yo.
Jeez.
Quick move down from he started, from where he joined the table.
Not lacquer, as they say.
He dropped 47k in that hand, Gary.
I know. Near lacquer. Listen to me speaking Afrikaans.
Yeah, listening to this, Gary.
This is
Been hanging around with us South Africans for too long.
too many Dutchmen in this room. Too many. I need to upgrade to a few pommies in here. Yeah. Brad says on the closest thing to a pommie you're going to get. Can you believe he went to Grey College? You'd never think so, eh?
No, you wouldn't, would
No,
you?
you wouldn't, eh? I'm just kidding with Brad. He did actually go to school there, by the way. I'm not joking.
You would have thought
He's
he's
a
far
smart
too much
guy.
of a retrobate.
That's why he's so quick on these computers. I have no idea what he's doing. Okay, so we can see Clive's cards here, but it looks like Lum's just called off in the cut-off with the studio connectors, the little baby clubs.
Yeah.
Blumerkeys.
Lum has been trying to see cheap flops and it hasn't worked for him so far. He's limped into a couple of pots and then had to fold.
Well, Jamie's woken up with a premium hand here. Let's see what his raise is going to be.
Yeah, big 3-bet there. Jamie's bet sizing has been big this morning, Gary.
Well, I don't think he wants any opposition. I think he's just hoovering up blinds here.
And Clive did raise, so he picks it up on the re-raise. Clive shows him there.
Yeah, looks like he's got a king 10 suited there, by the way. So, Jamie will pick up a couple of chips. That'll be the end of the hand. Jamie picks up 4,300, which will be a welcome addition to his stack. And both him and Anand on 43 and Chandra. So, and then there's a huge gap to the top three, as the viewers will see there.
Yeah, Clive picked up a lot of chips in that hand.
Massive, massive.
And his size on the river was just to get a call, you know, just a little value bet of 11 and maybe a nunt comes back over the top. But Nunt was so wary after the min re-raise. And even though he had trip aces.
Okay, Adam with the Star Wars hand here. He's under the gun. That's what he does with this little pair here. Does he limp in or does he actually raise? No, he's going to limp in.
Limped in. It's always the debate is what you should do. You'll find the more aggressive players raising from everywhere with those.
Yeah, I think you're right. But given the dynamic of the table so far, I think the limp is acceptable. He can always come back and call the race with those if he feels like there's enough value in the pot. So I like the limp. And then goes from 0 to 0 there with the 7-2. 5-way to the pot.
Yeah, almost a family pot here. Only Lum missing.
3 queen queen. So Jamie flops a monster here.
From the small blind. And he leads into it.
And they're all going to say, you can't be repping a queen.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam's thinking you're in the small blind, you've got the 3. I'll call with my 4s.
Yeah.
Everybody else will fold. So we'll go 2 now to the... Oh, there we go.
Well, I think Jamie might have a lock on the hand here.
Yeah. Just
And
slightly
Adams,
with the
of
quads.
course, don't forget, Adam's got a full boat here.
Yeah, you see, and Jamie was very clever. He checked there. And now he checks again, checks the cards, has a look, little Hollywooding.
So remember now, there is a rule. If you're asked to act, you have to bet. No, we're not near that yet.
You know, and Jamie's first because Jamie's in
Jamie's
the small blind.
So it's not going to affect him on this occasion.
5-5. Check a bet.
Jamie check again, will he? I think yes.
Give me the
check,
money,
check.
honey. Give me the money, honey. Oh dear. I think Jamie, if he'd have bet the river there, he might have got another street of value out of that.
He
Who
might have
knows?
got one street of value out of that.
Yeah. Anyhow, he'll be happy with the 13k. That'll take him off the bottom of the list for sure, and move him up into the greener zones.
But it was well disguised by Jamie by leading out on the trips on the flop, and then checking when he got the quads on the turn.
Nice play.
Possibly a small bet on the river, he would have had to get paid.
I think you're right, buddy. I think you're right.
Right, so in the next hand, Naeem will be under the gun. He's only limped into, he hasn't played anything serious yet. He raised once with ace-jack and just took the blinds down. Other than that, limped into a few pots and had to fold.
As we say in the trade, he's been sniffing around.
Yeah, and our stream is up and running there, Gary. We can see it on the
I just saw that.
on the laptop in front of us. Is Mr. Zuckerberg cooperating with us this morning or still not?
No.
We'll go and check it. Right, Naeem under the gun with the king 5 off.
The JV 1000 to play.
It's folded. Round to Clive in the hijack with the king 8. He'll let go this time. He raised it the last time. Ace 6 cut off for Chandra.
2200.
Makes it 2,200. Jamie's an insta caller with the king 10 off. And unfolds his 9-2. Adam in the big blind with the queen 10 suited. Worked out well for him last time. Different suit this time.
Looks that way.
So Chandra flops top 2. Nothing for the other 2 players. So I doubt she'll get paid at all, yeah?
6700.
Yeah, snap folds from both players. Right, so Chandra picks up a welcome pot. Moves up to 48 bigs.
I'm just having a look at streams and stuff, and I'll be back to you in a moment.
And Jamie, of course, picked up that nice little pot as well. So they've both moved up from where they were in the 30 bigs to the 40-odd bigs.
Thank you, Mr. Alan.
So believe it or not, I'm just sending a link to somebody in the Greek islands.
Oh, there we go.
Old army buddy of mine. We were talking rugby this morning, and
Where have you been? I haven't been seeing.
Broadening our international viewership, Gary, with all your contacts around the world.
yeah, I'm wanted in a lot of countries, so I have to be careful. Okay, Clive will be under the gun here. So at the moment, Mr. Zuckerberg is appreciating that his share price is going to be effective if he doesn't televise our event.
So that is up and running.
It is up and running. Let's hold thumbs for the rest of the day on that one. Okay, back to the table. Clive raised up to 2k with cards unknown. Chandra came along for 2k. Jamie's folded. Anand is called with his 5-4 speculatively. Lump folds, and we're 3-way to the flop.
Yeah, Nancy, I'm on the button. I've got position, so let's have to see what the flop brings. Up and down for Chandra.
That's a nice flop for her.
Checked all the way around. Now she's picked up the top pair.
Well, it looks like Mr. Kiki is going to be repping something here. There is a
Bet.
flush draw on board there. Of course, the straight has already got there. if
This
needs
was
be.
a snap call there. The chips almost beat Clive's into the middle.
Flush gets there. Clive's canning out a hefty one here. Clive will turn over 2 hearts by the look of it.
Yeah,
Let's
it
have a
looks
look.
like-
No, it's a jack and a... Let's see who the chips go to. I think it was a 10 and a jack, I'm not sure. Let's see, we'll go back to the camera to see where the chips go to. Mr. Kikia did make the straight there, so yes. 12 grand to the good. Okay, so Jamie's up at 53 bigs, Chandra with 40, and Anand is languishing at the bottom with 38, but not in any danger.
Flop chip aces are first hand at the table and get a hiding. So that hurt him.
No, for Mr. Alan. Mr. Alan. No, for
So the next hand, Chandra will be under the gun.
no, for
Dealer puts Lum's small blind in because he's busy texting. She's
Not
quick.
anymore.
She's quick and efficient.
1,000 to play.
Very, very good dealer, Gary.
Lucipe, yeah.
Yeah.
Top, top, top.
Good
Jamie.
control of the table.
Jamie King Queen in the hijack.
3-8.
That's another big raiser, and that's a snap from Anand.
Can't see Anand's cards. Oh, but look what Lum has woken up with there.
Yeah, and
And
he
a
won't
small
hesitate.
blind.
He'll be raising here for sure.
Yeah, there's been a raise and a call.
8,800.
And people will know that Lum's been pretty quiet, so Jamie's going to fold here.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie's going to put another 5 in, so he might peel here, maybe. No. And it also will get out of the way. No, no
Both
value.
and Lum puts his hands to the air. How do you guys fold now?
I think he has that speech on the tape, you know that?
Yeah. Shows the aces.
Yeah, to be fair though to the other players, his hand was pretty face up there.
Absolutely. Well, Jamie said, what have you got? Ace, king, aces.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's
It's
been
polarized.
super quiet, and then all of a sudden, you know, he starts 3-betting, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to mix it up a little bit, but I'm not going to criticise Lum. He did win a tournament yesterday.
So tell us the story about the cricket ball, Gary, because I see Clive's playing with it there.
It's very long.
Oh, is it a long? Is it one for when we have a break or something like that?
Quite possibly. I mean, Clive and I communicate quite a lot on that old WhatsApp thingy.
1,000 to play.
And as you'll see, this is a bit of a story.
Wow. Okay, that's pages.
And
Gary.
I do need to read it out. So, and he sent it to me while he was waiting at King Shaka, ready to come north the other day. So yeah, he was down there in Durban. So he decided to pen me a little story.
Right. Well, meanwhile, Adam has raised from the cutoff with a 7-6 suited. Nice play. Flat called on the button by Lum with his pocket fives, and the other two players have got out the way. So we'll go 2-8 to the flop. 2 overs versus with suited connectors versus the pocket fives.
There's the 7, so Adam's in front.
Yeah, he's got the best of the flop. It's him to speak first.
Middle pip and no spades are there again. Not that he has any, but it seems to be a common theme.
Bet and quick fold. Lum's very decisive. He doesn't play around.
Yep. He gets it done. Like I said yesterday, if I'd have put money on somebody never ever getting time called on them, it would be Lum. He's that guy. And yeah, Clive has a name for the cricket ball, and I've forgotten what it is. It's like the equaliser or the neutraliser or something. That's what he calls the cricket ball. And he puts it there to neutralise the other players and give him good karma. Because the crux of the story behind his cricketing is that Clive was a very accomplished cricketer. But Clive being of the age and vintage where you know, this country was in a different age and a different time, pre-95, and men of Indian extraction weren't recognised for their cricketing ability at the top level, shall we say. So that's kind of the theme behind his cricketing story. And you know, but as I say, apparently very accomplished cricketer, but never given the opportunity for the reasons we no longer need to talk about. Okay, Clive is now, of course, on the button. He's got 200 there, and he folds those cards. So Jamie's going to pick that pot up.
There's Jamie moving in the right direction now. We're in from 30 bigs, he's up to 50 bigs.
Yeah, I haven't seen this good lady today. Normally she's never far away.
Yeah, she's always very close by, very supportive of Jamie.
Her and John Abrosi's wife, Rosa, as well. She's always around as well. And I've got to say, my wife as well.
Yes,
she's
your
never
good lady
far
too.
away. So yeah. And Mr. Zuckerberg has switched us off again. We no longer have a feed on Facebook.
You know, the problem
We have a theory. We have a theory, by the way.
Oh, it's back.
We have a theory.
What is the theory, Gary?
The theory is, according to my Grey College mate at the end there, is that YouTube and Twitch are able to take continuous feeds because they are designed as platforms for video.
For streaming, yes.
Indeed. Facebook has a bit of a meltdown when it gets too much information in its memory bank. So that's our theory.
Right.
And live streaming events on Facebook is fraught with these little sleeping policemen along the way. And yeah, enough of that. Bet 2000, call 2000. Flop is in place, queen 8-6. So obviously Jamie's 8's ahead here. And Anand hits a pair, so he's going to come out betting.
Yeah, Anand to the 2 pair now.
And Jamie will get away from that.
And Anand, it's not going to show Jamie. Yes, he will. System
Jamie,
up.
what were you doing in the hand?
Jamie will say you got lucky on the turn.
Yeah, and he did. That's exactly what happened.
So that was hand 19. We're up to hand 20 already on the feature table this morning, Gary.
Jeepers, we're off.
That's gone very quickly.
We started at 10, so it's a half an hour. So, well, over a half an hour.
But 20 hands already.
Yeah.
Well, that is showing you the speed of the good dealer. And the players, nobody that procrastinates for too long, Gary.
Well, I might argue that.
Not
no
so
names,
far.
No names, no backdoor. Okay, Clive with the Queen 7 here.
It's all been pretty quick action from all the players.
Indeed it has.
If we add Mike to the mix, you might slow down a bit. Right, so meanwhile, back to the action here. Chandra is raised with a speculative King 5 suited, and she gets it through.
Cheeky, cheeky. Well done.
And cheeky as well. She said, I'd like a caller because I'd like to double up. And meanwhile, she's raised with King 5.
It's got rubbish.
Yeah, she doesn't want a caller. She's quite happy to steal the blinds.
Oh, my word.
She's already putting the psychology in. Jamie won't call me, knows my range.
It's absolute nonsense.
Putting it into his mind that I'm only raising with big premium hands.
The trouble is that Jamie's not going to be sucked in by
No,
that
of course
nonsense.
not. He knows her too well, and he's too much of an experienced player.
Yeah. Jack 10 for Mr. Kikia.
Under the gun?
I must just say, Clive supports all these events.
Oh, he does.
Wherever we are, Clive is there. And he's never afraid to get on a plane or drive or whatever, be it down the Eastern Cape or KZN or wherever we are. He is always there to support the events. And Clive is all about making his game better, about improving, about winning trophies, and about just generally being the best at poker as he can. So, you know, well done to Clive. Shout out to him for all his support over the years.
Yeah, he absolutely loves his poker, Gary.
Yeah. All right, we're off to the flop, and Queen 9-2 will give Anand the top pair here.
And the action flop for those two hands, Gary.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, we've got the up and down here for Jamie as well.
Right, so a strong move here. Anand has led out and Clive has
Shoved.
gone all in.
I mean, he's considering this. He is seriously considering this. This
Yeah.
could be a big misstep by Clive if he calls him off and Clive misses.
Yeah, but you see, he looked at Anand stack. Anand only has 29k behind,
And a
Clive
freezer.
sitting with
There's no
200k.
rebuy. Yeah, no rebuy.
And he's putting the maximum pressure on him. Is, do you want to put your tournament life at risk right now?
Anand will put him on a draw.
Yeah, put him on either the flush draw or the straight draw. Probably the flush draw, more than likely he'll put him on, Gary.
Let's not forget that Anand also has a redraw here. It's a backdoor, but he still has it. You know, if he gets a jack there or whatever, these possible straights. Nope, he's decided to give it up, and the pressure from Clive is paid off. Clive's not going to show those for sure.
No, but strong pressure from Clive there. And it's a big stack bullying, Gary. You put the other man under the pressure in a freeze out.
Big bet to win 10k, but as you say, that's what it's about. Okay, at a table here, so John Ambrosi is on your right there, just above the dealer. Look, Clive, Cole Myberg looks like he's short. You don't know, because...
He normally puts his chips in along the screen there, so...
Is that a shadow, or is that a...
No, I think that's his chips the other side,
Yeah,
because
but
it's higher than the other players.
Yeah, good spot, good spot. So it looks like he's been chipping up a little bit. Those
Yeah,
are
it does
greens
look.
there.
Yeah, there's
Oh, of course, the greens are the smaller chips.
smaller
there.
ones in this tournament,
Yeah,
Gary.
they're the 500s. Yeah, so cancel that. Gord Pagliacci with his back twist. Looks like Harold's been taking a few hits there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, back to the feature table. Chandra with the little ducks here. Jamie's folded. Round to Anand Kumar, who's just been given a bit of a slap there, so he's called it off, and I think Adam folds.
Yeah, and he's had an absolute hiding since he's got to the table, Gary. He's gone quickly from 91k down to 28.
I bumped into Anand yesterday. Let's just see how Lum has raised his queens. And he's not going to get any action here. Background to Anand. Let's see, Anand calls it off. It looks like, okay, it's a call. 3, 6, 7. So queen's ahead. We don't know what Anand's got.
We don't know what Anand has there.
He's just putting a whole load of chips in there. Those reds are worth 5k, so that's an all-in for him, basically. So I ran into Anand yesterday, and we were chatting, and he said, this guy keeps ringing me up and telling me that I owe him 5,000 because Donald Trump lost the election. And he said, you gave him my number. I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, it transpires. It's Mike Finley, and if Mike's watching, big shout out to Mike. American Mike, as he's known.
Yes.
That's why Nigerian Mike's known as Nigerian Mike, and that's why Dave C's known as Dave C, and Dave M's known as Dave M, etc., etc. And yeah, we were reminiscing of playing in Babalu's game in Kenya.
Okay.
And Babalu does come down and support some of these events. And Babalu is a character of note. So Anand and I, we're going back a lot of years now, playing poker in Kenya, in this pink apple dive of a casino. Anyhow, the blinds are up, so they're 612 now.
Yeah, so the blinds have gone up. 600, 1200 with the 1200 big blind. And he's still a lot of play though from the stacks where the players are.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And just to finish that story off, Anand is actually a very accomplished player, both on the road and playing cash in tournaments and at home. And of course he's home now, he's all in here. So good luck to you, sir, against the 8s of Lum. And we've got ourselves...
Right, so we're off to the races.
That's it, we can see both sets of cards now. Trying to get the dealers not to put them under our graphics, so here we go.
So no help for Nant on that flop. 8 still ahead. He picks it up and down. He picks up a lot of extra outs there now. And he finds the king on the river.
There you go. That's how to do it.
But it was a very good turn card for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he added the 9s and the aces out.
Well, he picked up 13 outs there. So, yeah, pretty impressive. And he gets there. And Lum, you know, the right call. Can't complain. You know, we were off to a bit of a race there. He was ahead. He got his money in good Lum. So, unfortunately, that's poker. You've got to win the flips, as they say.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of interest yesterday with the ladies event and the promotions that they're trying to get more ladies interested into playing the game.
Got in trouble there, by the way.
Did you get into trouble there, guys?
Yeah, one of the ladies asked for some help, and she ended up rivering her straight, and I took all the money from the other girls. So I was very popular.
I'm sure you were. No outside help permitted. Luckily, it was just a friendly.
Well, they
game.
were playing for boxes of sweets and stuff and the like. So. But you know, people get competitive when you stick a bag of sweets on the table, huh?
Yeah, I'll never forget, Gary, when this hand is finished, I'll tell you the story from All Africa about the ladies' game.
3,600.
So it's raised by Adam from the hijack with ace-3 suited.
Lum folds. Round to Chandra. She's going to have a go with her king-jack here of clubs. Jamie to call. This value here at the big blind, Jamie's thinking with the suited king. But gets rid of it. Maybe the wise move. 3 players to the flop. Don't want to see a diamond draw here because Lum could be in a lot of problems. 6-6 queen. That's a nice flop for Lum, eh?
A brilliant flop for Lum. We're coming into the speculative 8-6 suited to the raise.
So he's going to let Adam hang himself here. There's a rainbow flop.
Yeah, Adam will continue.
And Lum should just flat this off. So
yeah, look at him. He's
little
shuffling the cards. Like, all right, put them back in the box. Let me see if I can see one more.
That's got to be a smooth call here, surely.
Yeah, he's just flattened it off.
All right, so it gets a bit flushier the board, but Lum is sorry, Adam's drawing dead here. So
and he's continuing to fire.
8,000.
He's repping that he's got that queen with the big kicker. Meanwhile, we know that he hasn't got anything, and he's betting into trips.
So Lum will be trying to resist the urge to raise here because he'll put Adam on a big hand. If he raises, Adam will run away, of course. We know that. But you just got to resist it and flat it off here, Lum.
I
18,000.
Yeah, he's raised it now. He's hoping that Adam's got ace queen there.
Yep, and of course Adam hasn't got it,
he's
so
got
Adam,
nothing.
Adam will tank for a little while and these are going amok. And that'll be that.
Yeah, he's just got to give it the right amount of time to say, look, I didn't have absolute air here. I'm folding a big hand.
And of course, if Lum had known that he had absolute air, he would have flat called, of course. He did put him on a biggish hand, so he wanted to build the pots.
So nice pot there by Lum.
Yeah, well played, sir.
Yeah, so to get back to that story from All Africa back in 2009, to get the ladies' interest, they also organized like ladies' event, and they had 2 tables of the ladies because everybody used to come with for the whole weekend for the All Africa, so all the ladies were there. They were playing for quality street sweets. I've never seen such a competitive game over sweets. Great squeals of delight, laughter.
Proper bun fight.
And nobody was eating the sweets. That was the funny thing. They were too valuable to play with.
Beautiful. I like the purple ones with the shape like a Brazil nut with a hazelnut in the middle. They're my favourite.
They're absolute my favourite as well, Gary.
Okay, don't come to my house with Colony Street. That's the story. All right, back to the table. Queen 7, computer hand for young Adam here under the gun. Folds around to Lum with the suited 8-4. I suspect he'll just take a rest here. Yep, and Clive has got 8-7 in the cutoff. And I don't know that he's got to get too feisty here. Well, it looks like he's is that calling or raising? It's a raise by the look of it. So he's putting a bet out there. Chandra folds. Jamie folds. And Anand says, no sir, I have got children in the field here and I'm going to defend them. So the old adversaries are back at it again.
Yeah, and Anant has doubled up, so he's got a few more chips
4,
to fight
5,
with.
Jack, all hearts. No help, but the heart obviously ahead there. There's a gut shot, of course, for Clive here. Looking for a 6.
Yeah, and it's gone check twice. Anant has checked top pair twice. And it's cost him because now Clive has got there.
Yep. You heard it here.
Yeah, and Anant is ruining the fact that he didn't bet on the flop or the turn. He just double checked trying to get tricky, and he let Clive in. And he paid Clive off on the river.
C'est la vie. So my spies in the field is telling me that Michael Clacker is out. Ace King versus Queens, table 8, which is our other feature table.
All right.
And Michael Clacker has gone. And it was against Carl Myberg. Carl had the Queens.
And the Queen's held up.
The Queen's held up. So that is a pretty big stack over
Yeah,
there
you
that
see he's
Mr.
building a nice stack
Marberg
here.
is building up. So well done, Carl. Clacker we lose a player from the field. And of course, I must mention again for people who tuned in today and not yesterday, Michael Clacker won the $1,500 online event in the WSOP main events, the WSOP World Series. And he is the recipient of a gold bracelet. So well done to him, Michael. And you are now poker royalty in the shores of South Africa.
Absolutely, one of the few South Africans that actually has one of those bracelets. And a few of the others that do have are actually expats and came to South Africa later in life. So yeah, well done to Michael.
I'm pretty sure we'll see him in the 40k later on in the week. If not, the cash game later on today.
Definitely the cash game, I think, Gary.
Yeah, for sure.
Michael loves his cash game.
Yep. All right, so let's have a look at the scores and the saws. Chandra has found herself at the bottom, holding the rest up with 27 bigs, not in any danger. Anand has continued his fall, and Jamie seems to be hovering there on 40, but good for him. Blinds at 6-12, and 1200 in the big blind ante, and this is hand number 27. By God, home time flies, Mark.
Yeah, we're going to get, looks like we're going to get over 30 hands to the hour for the first hour here today, Gary.
Well, I mean, that's up with good young Philip, huh? From
Yeah,
yesterday.
we're going to exceed him. He got just under, he averaged 29.5 hands to the hour.
Well, we don't have real tankers in the lineup here today, so that's good. I mean, people are entitled to take their time. There's a lot of money they've paid to get in. Chandra with Ace Jack here, so this will be a raise. She's up to 3-6.
It's 3x.
So talking to 3-6, Jamie folds 3-6, and Anand is Anand's changing gears here. He's getting involved in pots. He's on the button. He wants to try and spin this up now. I think he might have an appointment this afternoon or something.
Yeah, no, he dropped a lot of chips quickly, so he's looking to either rebuild or get out. He's not one that's going to hang around.
Nope. Flop time, two players, Anand and Chandra. And okay, so Anand has got some backdoor possibilities.
Yeah, well, straight away he's got the up and down.
Sorry, the up and down possibilities, which is obviously Chandra's ahead with the ace high, but very, very close in terms of percentages.
And there's the money card for Anand, gets the check mark.
Anand's got to make a bet here. What's he going to bet?
5,000, Chandra, quick folder. There's nothing for her there. She doesn't have a heart in her hand.
And Anand won't show those, and he'll pick up another rotation. So well done to him.
A rotation plus with a little raise.
Yep. So buzzing out there in internet land. We've got quite a few people watching on the streams, etc. I'm going to go across to Mr. Twitch and have a look, see what's happening there. And don't forget, if you're watching us and you want a bit of a shout out for you, your family or whatever, just let us know on one of the streams. We're actually following Facebook, we're following YouTube more closely because of the Facebook issues, but we are flicking between all the streams, so give us a shout out, tell us where you're listening from, and we'll certainly give you a mention on the air.
Right, so Anand from the cutoff has come in with a 5-4. Raised it up to 2.4.
And as
some
I said,
raise.
He's changing gears, so... Oh, here we go. Lump's got 5-6 of clubs. This will be interesting.
6-7 of clubs. Between them, they've got a straight flush almost.
And Clive picks up the ace of clubs and the big blind in defence. Okay, so pair of fives for Anand.
Pair of sixes for Lum.
Pair of sixes for Lum.
But now Anand's gone way in front.
Trip fives. Nothing really to be scared of on that board, I think. It's not too straighty.
And Lum has led out now with these pair of sixes. There's nothing for Clive there. He's going to get out the way.
Yeah, he needs at least one other club on the board.
Round to 9. Does he flat now or does he raise here?
He's got a flat. I mean, unless he puts Lum on a draw or something. If he raises here, Lum will get out of the way quickly.
He has raised. He's just flattered.
He's flattered it, covered his eyes. Okay, there's the full boat for Anand.
But it's the bottom boat, so Lum's going to continue here.
Yeah, now he repop this. See what he's going to get paid here. Might even shove it. No. Lum's not snap folding here, so he thinks he might be ahead.
His problem is he doesn't put an unt on the jack.
Yep.
But he's saying if he's also got the six, has he got a better kicker than me, then his sixes and jacks will beat my six with the seven
so
kicker.
what have I got? Bluff catcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Anand picks up a few more there and moves up to third off the bottom. Clive still dominating the proceedings here. Lum in second place, having just shed a few chips there to Anand.
Yeah, and Adam has moved down quite significantly from where he was earlier because of that pot against Lum, where he was bluffing into Lum and Lum had flop trips.
Indeed he does. So we're on hand 29. It looks like we will get 30 hands for the first hour.
Yeah, but Adam's still in very good shape there. I mean, he's still well over his starting stack.
Yep.
So he's very comfortable still.
And he was getting, and it said, Anand's getting busy now.
Yeah, but Anand's that kind of player, Gary. He's not one that hangs around. He likes to be involved, likes to keep the stack moving.
I must just say, Jamie's sporting the Lewis Hamilton hat there. Not my cup of tea, of course. I'm not a big Hamilton fan. I'm a massive F1 fan, of course. But
You might not know this about Jamie, but he's actually got one of the fastest cars in South Africa, and he puts it out on the racetrack occasionally.
yeah, and you know, don't be put off by the fact that Jamie has a disability and he's in a wheelchair.
Now he drives that car, Gary, boy, at some serious speed.
I know, and he's got all, we chat with length about cars many times, Jamie and I, and he's got all the hand controls.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't use his feet at all to control the car, and he just gets it out there, eh? Jeepers. Yeah, so he's a proper petrol head. But he's a big Hamilton fan, and you know, good for him. Hamilton, 7 world titles, more wins than Schumacher now, so most accomplished driver of all time. I'm not going to get into my opinions of equal playing fields and stuff. Suffice to say, Lando Norris at McLaren is my new favourite, and I believe that now that Daniel Ricciardo is joining the team, I think we're going to have some success. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right, I think Jamie's more Mercedes-Benz fan than anything else.
So we're on a half an hour delay here, as you know, so anything we say will go out in a half an hour's time, but I'm just going to give the biggest, most massive shout out I've done for a long time to my mate Paul Bombhead McDowell. Paul and I were young sergeants in the army together, and we shared a corridor, and we used to do Thin Lizzy up and down the corridor, and we were in our early 20s. Now both of us are in our late 50s, early 60s, and growing fast. So, and Paul out there in the Greek islands, running a bar, a restaurant, etc., just the top man. So, Paul, I know you're listening. I've just seen the picture on the you sent in that you got the TV on in the bar there. You're watching the stream. So massive hello to Paul and all his guys out there and his family. And you know, keep safe, brother. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, a lot of years. And you know, I'm getting a lump in my throat here. God willing,
sure
we'll be reunited again, and we'll be able to pull up a few sandbags and have a few beers. So, Paul McDowell, out there in the Greek islands, big shout out, all the best, buddy, and we'll see you soon, God willing.
A lovely story from Gary there, and a picture from his friend from the Greek Isles with the television on the bar in the Greek Isles with the poker. Right, so we've gone here to the Anant has taken that hand down, plus 8K. We move on to our next hand. The graphics will clear. Right, so Clive on the top, 170 bigs. Naeem, 159. Adam still very comfortable, 157 bigs. Down to Chandra at the bottom with 27 bigs. Jamie on 38. And Anant has moved back up to 58 after taking a knock a little early on. Right, so Adam will be under the gun. 189k, very comfortable still, Gary. Right, so 10-6 folded by Adam under the gun. It's round to Naeem. Put his cards in the box for us now. We'll pick them up. He has raised it with a Queen Jack. Clive is a folder with a Jack 9. Chandra folds. Jack 2, so a lot of the Jacks folded already.
Just going to step away and do a deck change here, Mark.
All right. And Anant will defend with the King 10. So we'll go 2-8 to the flop. And the flop has brought the best of it for Anant. He's got the second pair. He's going to check. Naeem's going to continue the story. He has the gut shot. He's repping the ace. Now it's whether Anant believes that Naeem has the ace or not. does, and Naeem gets that through. Good play. And Naeem will take in another welcome pot. Right, Gary's just out there busy changing the deck up for us.
The deck I was using yesterday, I sorted it out. Are you sure?
Nice to chop when you wake up in the morning. Fresh, and you come to chop. You even got glasses.
Yeah, that's just in case if he's going to the beach.
Now you got glasses.
So when we move on to our next hand after the deck has been changed, Naeem will be under the gun, holding court at the moment. Fine spirits. He was happy with his win in the 6K event. Said he was using that to fund this event, the Grand Slam and the main event, and hoping to have a nice cash in any one of those. He did of course win some satellites as well, so he did already have seats into some of the events. So under the gun, he's limped in with a 9-10. Clive in the hijack with a Dolly Parton suited. Folds that. Round to Chandra. She folds. Jamie on the button with a 9-4 suited. Those will go into the muck. A Nunt in the small blind. Completes with a 6-3 off. Adam is reaching for raising chips from the big blind, saying don't limp to my big blind. Oh, he's just checked. He changed the chips there. Just changed the chips, so it was a check. Right, so it's been checked round. So in actual fact, the graphics were slightly wrong there. Naeem was not under the gun. He was in the big blind. So Naeem is the top pair, and Anant has flopped bottom two. So now Naeem is well behind here. He's check raised, but Anant has two pair, and Anant is putting the baby in. So Anant with the two pair. Check raised by Lum on the flop, and Anant has put it all in. He has two pair. He's well ahead of Naeem at this stage. Naeem only has 3 outs. So he has a big decision to make. Because Anant had rebuilt, so his all in will be for a significant amount more chips than it was the last time Naeem called him. So Naeem going through its process of how much he has to call. It's extra 40.3k from what we can see. Naeem has top pair, but he only has a 10 kicker. So the dealer is now correcting that the call is for 36.7. Naeem's counting out the call. He's putting it in front of him, trying to get a tell off Anant. Anant will just sit there stoically. He folds. So a good fold there by Naeem, and he asked Naeem, will you show, Naeem asked Anant, will you show if I fold? Anant said yes. Naeem folded, saw that he was behind, pats himself on the back for a good fold. Right, so Nanta's rebuilt quite nicely now. We'll get the graphics up shortly and see exactly where his stack has gone back to. But he was right down to 30 bigs at one point. So we'll just fix the graphics now. Clive is not under the gun. Clive is in the big blind. Chandra is under the gun.
Sorry, my son.
So Chandra under the gun is raised.
You know these chips, what you do? That's not automatic, you know? Automatic.
Right, Ananta's called. Chandra raised with Queen Jack.
She called blind.
There have been two callers. Ananta's called. Naima's called, and Clive is going to defend his big blind. So we'll go four-way to the flop. The graphics are all caught up.
I'll check to the right. Inspect the right.
Right, so the small blind Lumber's checked. Nothing for him on that flop. He's got a gut shot only. Chandra continues her story. Nobody has the ace, so she has the second pair. Ananta's folded. Name's folded the gut shot, and Chandra will get that through and pick up a nice and welcome pot. Plus 6k to the good. Right, so we can see there, Ananta's moved up to 42 bigs now, after taking that previous pot off Naeem.
It was Queen Jack. It was Queen Jack. You can see the TV at least.
And Chandra being honest about what she had.
2-8.
Clive's asking, she said, you can see the TV anyway, I'm not going to lie to you, I had Queen Jack. She said, I didn't put anybody on an ace,
4 5s, the 6 7.
and she was right. So Jamie will be under the gun.
You got a good space. You get the needle if I take chips.
Queen 6 suited under the gun.
I'll take some chips.
Into the muck, Anant's a quick folder. Adam's a folder with a Jack 7, round to Naeem with 4-3 on the button. Folds. Clive 10-3 in the small blind. And he's still not going to give her a walk.
What's
He
happening, buddy?
decides to give her a walk.
What's happening, buddy?
Chandra got a walk with pocket kings.
Shame she'll be vocal
Oh,
about that.
she's, look at this. What's wrong with you guys?
So I must apologise. I did take a time out just to talk to my mate Paul in the Greek islands. Only talking to him on Facebook there on the messenger. But it's been, I'm trying to work it out, 87, 97, 2007, 2017. Yeah, well, getting on for 35 years since we've seen each other. So
Wow, a long time.
yeah, so, his memory's better than mine. He was talking about Thin Lizzy, the Live and Dangerous album, playing
Okay.
up and down the corridor at the same time. And he says Hamilton wasn't impressed. And that was one of our company sergeant majors or staff sergeants or colour sergeants at the time. And we called him Zanussi, the appliance of science. I'm sure he's not listening, so it's fine. Anyway, great memories, and thanks for reminding me on that, Paul. That was most appreciative. And I told him I had to get back to work talking nonsense about poker because I'm good at that. And yeah, he'll receive that shortly. So awesome, made my day.
Right, so Adam raised with the pocket 2s. He's got everybody to fold. And with the little ducks, he picks up the pot.
So chip counts haven't changed much. Just a bit of news from the outer field. I did take the opportunity to have won the round. I said hello to Jared Sullivan, which is always a pleasure. And there is only one casualty in the field, and that is indeed Michael Clark, Ace Kings versus Queens. And Cole's Queens did hold up, and Cole is sitting with a very healthy stack now, let me tell you.
Okay, Clive built, Cole can build a stack very well.
And as I said the other day, don't give Cole Myberg chips. It's not a good idea. So yeah, we look forward to seeing Cole maybe on the feature table later. Back to the action here. Ace-4 for Lum, and suited Ace-4, and he's coming in on a hijack for, I think it's a call for 1-2. So that is the blind level at the moment, of course. Where there are two clubs, there are two more, huh?
Yeah, it seems to be the theme here this morning, Gary.
Yeah, for sure. Clive in the cutoff, 6-5 suited. He'll have a piece of this, I'm sure.
Yeah, he'll like that hand.
Chandra gets out of the way. And we'll be round to Jamie. Jamie with a king 3, not interested. And Anand is... oh, Anand has got the sunglasses on. No, we're really changing gears. Don't know what his cards are, so we're 3 ways to the flop. And they're all black, but not clubs.
Yeah, all spades there. Clive actually, from what we can see, got the best of the flop because we can't see Anand's cards.
Okay,
But
so
the 4th spade, if Anand is holding a spade, then he's gold here.
yeah, any spade.
Checked all the way around.
I suspect that this will be checked again, unless Anand's got a club.
So from what we can see, Clive is ahead here.
Yes.
But it depends if Anand is holding any spade in his hand.
Yeah,
Anyone eat?
I said a club, but I meant a spade. So let's flick across to Anand.
I think 7.
10-7, 10-5. They look like red cards. No,
No, he had an 8.
he had an 8. He had an 8. Okay, so Anand will pick up that pot with 10-8. I think he had 8-6 of spades. I'm being told. He can't have had 8-6 of spades because 6 of spades is on the flop. That deserves a smack in the head for HP. He can't have the 6 of spades. That's only your first smack in the head of the day. You're doing okay. Excuses, excuses, HP. You could end up with another smack in the head for that. You know that. Anyhow, so people actually think I really smack people in the head. You know
Yeah,
that?
they're going to think that just now, Gary.
Brad's saying, but you do. Shut up, Brad. So for a shout out for the boys here today, Brad in the corner there operating the GFX software and the OBS, bringing you all the pictures, and of course, bringing you all the poker action. HP Saul sat next to me, better known as Derek, bringing you the sound and the pictures. And then I sit on his left, and then Big Mark sits on my left. So I get to smack old HP in the head a few times when he messes up, which isn't often. Anyhow, back to the action.
Clive in the hijack folds that hand. We can't see what it was. Chandra's hand folded, Anand fold. Oh, he's going to complete from the small blind to the 4-3. Limp in. Adam checks. Hasn't checked many when they've limped to him, but he's got 10-3 off. A 6-2-9 flop. No help for either. Gut shot for Anand. Queen doesn't change anything. 9 doesn't change anything, and the 10 high is good, but Anand is going to bet and probably steal this, and does so.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Love your work, Anand. Okay, Clive at the top of the pops there. Adam's taken over from Lum in second place there, so obviously there was a hand that I missed whilst I was away.
Just a few little blind steals from Adam, nothing serious, and Naim lost 1 or 2, so nothing major.
There's some big stacks out on the outer tables, by the way, just FYI. I was out shaking a few hands, I told you, but Gordon Badiachi's still got some chips there, of course. So yeah, and obviously I spoke already about my good friend Carl. He's doing very well there. So there's a couple of 200 plus thousand stacks out there, which is pretty healthy.
Any names to go with those, Gary?
Yeah, I'm trying to think who I spoke to. So quick and...
KK still got over 200?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, but he has. In fact, we'll quickly have a look at camera 5 while we're shuffling, and you'll see that the Harold's down a little bit, and there's some big stacks. Gordon's still got quite a few chips. You'll see bottom left of your
Yeah,
screen.
Gordon's got a lot of chips because if you look at the colors of those,
Yeah, the reds and
the reds and blacks at the back there.
And he's adding to them now. And John Abruzzi there is not short by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so we're back to our feature table. Clive is under the gun here with the 9-4 offsuit. They're got in the back. And it looks like we made our 30 hands for the hour quite easily. So well done, Sipe who's dealing. Ace Jack here for Jamie. I don't think he hasn't folded. So that's a raise to 5.
And yeah, we're going to see some action now,
5.
Gary. Immediate 3-bet from Adam with the pocket 10s. And called by Jamie.
So 2-10 to the flop.
Oh.
Wow, oh
a terrible flop for Jamie.
What a flop. That's an all-in
It's an
straight
all-in
off.
call. All-in snap call. That was a terrible flop for Jamie. Short stack where he hits his top pair, and yeah, the money was going in. So Jamie needs running cards here, Gary.
Yep.
The 3% chance only.
Yeah, he's in super bad shape. I think we're going to.
And that's no good for him. There's a lock on the hand.
That's it.
So
Jamie Vieira
unfortunately
will
for
be eliminated.
Jamie, and very big pot and nice hand for Adam Wolf.
Sorry to see Jamie go. Always a great player to have on the table. Trust me, he'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah, we'll see him in later events in the series, Gary.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll catch up with Jamie later, I'm sure.
Yeah, so that was a big hand for Adam. He moves to the top of our feature table, now 232,000. So Chandra stepped away from the table, so we're down to playing four-handed at the moment. The dealer just asking for the tournament director to be told that there's a player out. Chandra's cards are put into the muck. So Nant in the cutoff now. Going to play a few more hands, more expansively, with a much shorter handed now.
Yep, and that was our second player loss of the day, which is unfortunate from this field. I don't know how many new players we've got, so we'll try and get a shot at the timing screen at some time when we get an opportunity.
So Nant limped in with a 10-8 and has immediately been raised by the pocket sevens of Adam. He's had a few nice cards this morning. There's our timing screen. Total of 30 entries, Gary.
Yep.
And we have lost 5 players in total.
630,000 rands in the pot. And we're just about to finish this level, and there'll be another 40-minute level before we take our first break of the day. So this is round 10, end of round 11. And the blinds will be going up fairly soon to 816 with a 16 ante. So watch for that. Thank you, HP. Let's get back to the action. And number 40, Anand with King Queen here under the gun.
So now Chandra was in the big blind, but she's not there. Dealer's already taken her cards. And here's Adam waking up with another big hand with Gary. He's been raised by Nant to the King Queen. Adam going to 3-bet the Ace King suited.
Momentum, my friend. Run good. Run good. It's all about the momentum, as we keep saying.
And there comes the 3-bet. Lum's a quick folder with a 10-6. Clive in the big blind, in the small blind, is now thinking about this. We can't see his cards. Chandra has rejoined the table.
Newsflash for the folks out there. We have a new player joining the table. One Jared Solomon.
Ah, some real poker royalty of South Africa.
We'll talk more about him in a moment. Gerard is joining us with 48,100 while we're watching this hand, and looks like there was a fold and that was taken down, Mark, yes?
Yes, there was a fold and take down. The 3-bet with the Ace King suited.
So where is the button?
The button is now on Clive.
Okay, so Gerard will be sitting in this hand.
So we'll just get the stats entered, adding Jared to the list, getting his stack in, etc. He'll be dealt into this hand.
It is done.
Right, under the gun, Adam Wolf. Right, Jared Solomon's first hand, 9-5 off, Dolly Parton into the muck. We see he has only 48.1.
Lum gets the American Airlines.
Yeah, second time today.
4,000.
So now you respect, so Jared's on your list and you have to do 3 players. Me and Jared in London.
So Jared won't like being on the feature table. He's one of our perpetual eaters.
Yes.
Just kidding, Jeff.
Right,
Just kidding.
so we went two-way to the flop. Nothing for a nunt on that flop, and
continuation on the fold, maybe.
continuation with the aces and the fold, and Lum will say, why didn't you hit anything?
You got to be ZCC, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm very far stepping up.
And Lum, no, he doesn't show them this time.
So the blinds will be going up now to 8, 16, 16 on the big blind ante. We'll just enter that into the computer. I'm watching Brad do it as we speak, and our graphic will be updated, I'm sure.
And Jared Solomon will be under the gun. Now, Jared is second on the all-time money winners list for South Africa.
73 in the World Series in 2019.
He has a win on the EPT circuit. He has 2 wins in the Aussie Millions. He has a second in the World Series of Poker bracelet event in Vegas.
And
a
bloody nice chap.
Yeah, and a number of wins on the South African circuit. So very accomplished player, and a lot of other cashes worldwide.
Yeah, and you know, one of South Africa's finest. So
and a real gentleman as well.
I don't know about that. He supports Liverpool.
But quiet and soft-spoken man, always respectful.
And the one thing nice about Jared is that he's not a status guy. If you're a new player, he'll take the time. You know?
Absolutely.
And that's important in this game. Anyhow, welcome to the table, Jared. Poker royalty indeed. Anand with 9-4 suited here. Sunglasses on, game face on.
3-5.
Is it for a read or the fold?
5-1, up to 5-1.
Right, so we had very little action now. It's been quite slow, just folded round. And Nunt will take the pot in. So we'll see there, Jared with 30 bigs. Chand at the bottom with 22 bigs. Expect Jared to start making a few moves now.
And we got 40 minutes to run on this level.
And he will be in the big blind.
Big blind up to 1600, and the big blind ante in play. Okay, Lum, top right of picture, wearing the Puma advertising boards today, and they'll be going in the mug PDQ, I'm sure. Clive also in the hijack here with 9-8. And Clive will relish the opportunity to be playing against Jared. Clive always wants to test himself against the best.
Yes, he always says so. He was goading Eugene to come up for the series. I don't think Eugene will be joining us at this time. He may come for the Grand Slam and the main event.
I think he's ensconced in some beautiful part of the Western Cape and not moving. Anand with the ace-10 suited here on the button has just called this off. Okay, 10-2 is not going to be of any help to Jared, so we'll go 2 ways to the flop. And I'd like to thank Chandra for just knocking our table out of skew.
After you spent the morning fixing it?
Yeah. It's super heavy, that table, so just excuse the flop cam being a bit skew. We'll fix that during the break. Trust me, on our new table that is currently being built by Cole and myself and the team, you won't be knocking it anywhere. I can't even lift it. I have to get the youngsters in. It's seriously heavy.
Right, so Clive continued his story here with 9-8 without anything, and Anand does have the ace he called. Now Clive checks, and Anand will check again.
See if he can get a street of value on the river.
And there's the 9 for Clive.
Yeah, Clive, if he doesn't put him on an ace, will bet this. Maybe discretion will be the better part of valor, let's see. The longer he waits, the more likely he is to bet.
He decides to check.
Across to Anand with a value bet. Across to Anand.
Action on Anand. It just goes to showdown. It's gone check, check.
13k to Anand.
right, so the button has moved. Jared will be in the small blind, Naeem will be in the big blind, Clive will be under the gun. Adam and Jared enjoying a catch-up conversation. They obviously know one another quite well.
And then, no, no. And when we walked outside, the tree was down the stairs.
Actually, I know Adam better than I thought I did.
Okay.
When I saw his face, I realised who he was. I just didn't put the name together. But nice fella.
And Clive's a quick folder of the Jack 8 off under the gun. Folded all the way around to Nunt in the cutoff.
So my buddy
Let's
Paul
go.
in the Greek islands will be just receiving his shout out now.
Right, Jared Solomon in the small blinds folded round to him. He's got an ace. And he does just flat call.
Of course, oh
And look at that.
Lum's
Blind on
waking up,
blind.
yeah.
Lum wakes up with a big hand.
Jared will fold this, he won't be sucked in.
He's thinking, I've got an ace in the blind. Yeah, he's going to fold with the ace. And look, Lum shows him the king and the ace.
David, which speech have you done there?
What I was going to say is, you know, obviously with Jared having such a good poker CV, if we can put it that way, you know, when he sits down, he gets respect immediately. He doesn't have to earn it at the table.
Yeah, he's already
assuming
got
you
it.
know who he is.
Yes, I don't think there's many players that don't know who he is.
Yeah, but you know, smart move there. Gets re-raised by Lum, and just lays it down. You know, doesn't get too excited. We have a message from Gordon Patterson.
Good friend of ours.
Well, I call him DSTV Gordon from his days of working at DSTV. So Gordon Patterson there watching us on the YouTube stream. Feel free to come in with compliments as you guys come from that realm where TV, pictures, etc. is your profession. I suspect Dominic Black won't be far away.
Yeah. So it's a good morning from Gordon Patterson. He said, good morning, Gary and Mark. Pity about Michael Clacker.
Yeah, he'll survive another day, I'm sure. He'll be back. He will be back, as they say.
Yeah, the Facebook stream seems to be running quite well this morning.
As soon as you say that, it's going to break.
Every time I've said that, so I
It
should
breaks.
rather just keep quiet.
Yeah, I think it's you who's had a row with Zuckerberg, not
Put
me.
the knockers on it.
Yeah, indeed. All right, let's get back here. Clive's checked. Randa Anand is also checked. So give the betting lead to Jared, who's going to pop a 4K bet out there into the middle. Fold from Lum. Now it's around to Clive. Clive with 8-2, just getting a little bit sticky with his big here. That'll go in the muck. Across the other side of the table for Anand.
You know, and that 7 is actually a hedge here, but he can't call Jared's bet because of the ace being out there.
Yeah. And this will become a familiar sight. Jared getting in chips. So here we go. Where's Jared? 31 big, so not in any danger yet, but certainly needs to make some moves.
He used his position well there. Checked 2 and he bet and took the pot down. So the button has moved. Chandra will be the big blind and Nunt will be our under the gun player. So action is on a Nunt. Folds. Adam with ace-10 suited. Counting out the raise.
4,200.
4-2. Jared Solomon folds. Naeem Lum folds. Clive folds. Chandra folds the big blind. So Adam will take the pot down. Adam's been ticking steadily over. No missteps, only the one slight one against Naeem.
Yep. So the Greek islands have received our message. We just got a Facebook messenger message saying many, many thanks. And only a pleasure, Paul. Been too long. Keep safe, brother.
The marvels of technology, Gary, that you can catch up with an old friend from 35 years ago whilst video streaming.
Trust me, we went to each other's weddings, you know, it was back in those days, and we've got grown-up children and grandchildren now, you know, it's madness. Where the years go and where they go so quickly. It's just glad that you know, Paul's always he and I played rugby together for our company rugby team and our battalion rugby team, you know, and local teams as well. So
All right, so
had a
Clive,
lot of fun.
sorry to cut off you there, Gary. Clive's woken up with the pocket rockets.
Indeed, he has 2 airlines, 2 pointy ones. Okay, what's the sizing here? 3-5 by the look of it.
Yeah, 3-5 from the button.
Needs
Small blind folds. He needs a
an invite, I think that is.
yeah, and he gets and Nantu's played just about every hand folds this time. Clive says, "Oh dear, now you fold." Shows the aces.
So, you know, what does Clyde give away by folding there? He gives away maybe the sizing that he's using against the aces, but what does he gain by opening the aces? You know, when I bet, I've always got it. There's always a balance on what you're giving away or what you're gaining, you know. And I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm just saying there's a balance. You know, so many factors at a table contributory to whether you're going to show or not show, of course. As your image, what do they think I think of them? What do I think they think of me, etc.
Absolutely.
Okay, Gerald will be our undergun player at 12 o'clock on your screen.
And he's got a nice little ace king
So take it down to one.
under the gun.
Take it down to one. You need to take
And
it down to one.
Lum rejoins the table. Perhaps you could kick the table this way a bit, Lum. Square up our box for the TV.
3,500, same raise that Clive gave. So it's sort of standard raise. Clive with the Varconi there. Comes along for the ride.
Yep, he's saying I'll have a look
In
at the
position.
flop.
On Jared.
Chandra's cards are unknown.
Small blind is folded. Round to Adam in the big blind. He
He will
folds.
get rid of this for sure. And
So-
2 to the flop, buddy. Let's see what they bring.
Clive getting his wish. He's playing against Jared. Nothing for either of them on that.
Not really. Some back doors for Clive. There's some
Gone
back
check,
door-
check. Now there's a gut shot for Clive. If he goes check, he going check, check again. And
There it
he
is.
arrives. He's gut shot.
runner. Oh my word.
He puts out the bet now. And Jared will pay him off with the ace king.
What's the shake of the head from Jared?
Oh, he just taps the table. Ever the gentleman.
Inside, he's like, he got there.
Hilly says, "Hi gents, any news on how my boy Bozo is doing?"
Gone, finished. Out yesterday.
So there's your answer, Hilly. Bozo bust last night.
It's difficult typing, you know, when you're leaning.
Yeah, you just lean across and you're using your wrong hand to type and everything.
Yeah. But we get there, Yeah, sorry David's not in the field any longer. David is, you know, always welcome at the table, and I like having him in the commentary box, but he won't be around until he's settled down and prepared himself for the next step in the poker here. But yeah, I don't know the details of the hand, so I'm not going to comment, but trust me, if David went out, it wasn't easily. Okay, Adam Wolf with the suited connectors calls this off. Rounded Gerald with the pocket fives. So it's a limp pot to the pocket fives and the big. So he
He'll
decides
check.
to check it and go set money.
And we don't know what a nunt is holding on the button.
Okay, so 8 for Adam, I think, puts him in the front based on knowledge available.
Gut shot for Naim. Nothing for Jared's fives. Round to a nunt. Because Lummer's folded his gut shot. So Nunt is showing some interest in that flop. He has raised it.
That's 9 on top.
It's an interesting move. Another 5k for Adam to call. I mean, the backdoor clubs are available to Adam here. He has got top pair in his mind. Just going over the hand, full process, hand history. It looks like he's going to get rid of this.
Yeah, he might fancy that he has kicker problems,
So Ant
or
will
that
pick
he's
it up,
that Anand's flopped a set.
and Anand's not going to show what he had, so that's fine. And Chandra with 19 bigs at the bottom of the stack here.
And Adam on the top of the 145 big scary.
Doing very well. Okay, so we'll be on to hand number 50. Half a century not out. Clive Kikia. 50 not outs. There you go. There's a kick cricketing analogy for you.
Under the gun with 199,000 in the stack.
Looks like a healthy raise.
The unknown cards. Hold it all the way around. Nobody with anything to fight with. Jared with ace-9 in the small blind. He's going to get rid of that. Ace-10 suited for Naeem in the big blind. I think he'll have a piece of that.
It's not cool. Okay, so the neighbours will have a look together.
Oh, and Jared is ruining the folding of the ace-9 now.
Yep.
Clive will continue. Nothing for Naeem there. Only backdoor diamonds. So here's a quick folder. Right, so Clive will be was under the gun in that hand. Chandra will now be under the gun. Clive in the big blind. So Chandra under the gun, 19 bigs. Looking to see where she can increase her stack. Can't do it with the king 2 off into the muck. And Lunt is counting out a raise. There's raised from the hijack. Adam is folded, Jared is folded. Round to Naeem. Queen 6 suited from the small blind. He's going to call. Clive in the big blind is also going to call. So we're going to go 3-way to the flop. Right, so 3-way to the flop. Well, there's nothing there for the two players that have called. We can't see Anand's cards. He's going to bet and he'll take the pot down. So plus 8.8 for Anand. Button will move.
Trying to see if Anand showed his cards.
He didn't. There was an ace on the flop and he bet the C bet, and there was nothing for the other two players and they both folded.
Yeah, I saw that. So what are we, 11:39 local time. So just coming up to munchy time for lunch if you're that way inclined.
Right, so here we go to Anand under the gun. It's folded already. Adam folds. Round to Jared. Ace-8 in the cutoff. Counting out raising chips. Puts in the raise. Staying to the stock standard raise, 3.5. Clive with king 9 in the small blind. Thinking about it. Yeah. Decides to get rid of it. Now Chandra with the pocket 10s. He has a 3-bet coming for sure. She's 3-bet. Jared just checking his stack. folded and he's asked for change.
Yeah, down to 33,000, Jared. Now, not got any traction yet, but don't ever write him off at your peril.
Gets the change from Clive. And Chandra woke up with a nice pair of tens in the big blind. 3-bet to the raise. Took the pot down.
Absolutely.
Right, so Adam Wolf will be the under the gun player.
So Adam is under the gun. It's
He's folded. Jared's folded.
How many times has Lum had ace king today?
Yeah, quite a few times, and aces twice already, Gary.
He's been spoiled over there. We need to have a word with Santa.
3,800.
Raised to 3.8. Chandra with tens. No, that was her previous hand.
Yeah.
And on to 10-9. The big blind. He's completed. So we go 2-8 to the flop.
What a flop.
A massive flop for the ace king. It's gone check, check.
Now there's going to be a problem, maybe.
The 9 for a nunt.
That's
gone
not
check.
getting bait.
Lum is going to now bet out.
And Lum's got a monster heart draw as well here. I mean, he's just such great shape.
And a nunt is actually calling here with 1 out only. A single 9 that will help him. Can't find it. Gone check.
Lum has to decide who's going to get any more money out of him. The answer's probably not.
It's a small bet in, 6-1.
2,100.
Third pot. You won't get any more money out of a nunt there.
Yeah, too many overs, too much going on.
A nice hand for Naim there.
10,000 extra.
Yeah, he flopped top 2 and then turned the nut flush draw to add to that. Monster hand for him.
But needs to let somebody else have a chance now, I think.
Yeah, you know, the thing is his range is pretty polarized as well right now because he's patient, he's folding, 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 then he's playing a big hand. Then he's folding, 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 he's playing a big hand.
Cautious.
Very cautious and patient approach. Right, so Jared under the gun. 10-4 suited. Into the muck. Round to Naim, 3-2 off. Action is on Naim. Fold those. Round to Clive.
From hero to zero. 3-2 from ace king.
He's going to raise.
3,000.
Chandra's a quick folder. As is Anand. Adam Wolf folds the big blind and Clive will take the pot down.
So we'll have a quick look at camera 5 while we're in between hands. Let's wait for the screen to clear and have a look, see if there's been any movement, any losses or gains. There is another table above these guys, which we'll try and have a look at as well later.
Harold seems to have added to his stack a bit there, Gary.
Yeah, I think the fact that Jared's come across means we did lose a player from one of the other tables. Or maybe they're just balancing or whatever. We shall see. Okay, so back to our feature table. CPay will be dealing again here. A new hand, Lum under the gun. Hand 55 of the day.
So we're motoring along with the hands this morning, Gary.
Yeah, I think CPay might be taking Philip's record here. It'll be close. Philip managed to stick out 60 hands in 2 hours, as I recall.
Yeah, just short, 59 I think.
Is that what it was? we're on hand 55. So 15 minutes to go, and assuming there's no massive tanking, I think CP might be taking the new lead on the dealer.
There's going to be some big action. There's been a raise and a call, and Adam has found ace king in the big blind. He's going to 3-bet us.
Yeah, for sure. Jared gets out of the way.
9,007.
Clive has a look across at Chandra's stack because he knows he still has her behind.
Gotta fold, gotta fold, gotta fold. Not a good time to be pulling a move, Clive. Yep.
No, and they'll
Fold,
both
fold.
get out the way. So Adam with another
Adam gets a
premium
bit of
hand.
respect.
He'll take that hand down with another premium hand that he had there, the ace king. So the button will move onto Adam. Naeem will be in the big blind and Clive will be under the gun. Yeah, and the only reason I mentioned that it was only 59 hands because I think it's going to come down to a hand or two as to who has the most there, Gary. So we'll have to give him not credit for 60 but make it the exact 59.
Awesome. We like a bit of competition.
Folded around to a nunt. Cut off. It's going to limp in. Round to Jared in the small blind. 5-2 will fold. Naeem in the big blind. 9-8. It's checked. We got 2 to the flop. So gut shot for Lum on the flop. No improvement for him on the turn. It's checked to none. The king has come. Nobody's betting yet. Lum has now found the 8, but there is a 4 card straight out there. He's going to bet it.
Looks like Anand's going to call this off.
He does call.
Let's stay on Anand's cards.
Yeah. There was a queen 8 there for queen 8 of hearts for a nunt. So Anand took that hand down with the 8 with a better kicker, and Lum knew straight away when he got called. He said, "What? You got an 8 with a better kicker," and that was the case. Right, so Jared 18 bigs, Chandra 19 bigs at the bottom there, and Adam on the top of the 150 bigs. Not in the absolute danger area yet, Chandra and Jared, but they will start making moves.
Getting close. 57 hands played. 8-2 for Chandra in the muck. Okay, Jared's got King Jack here on the button, so I don't like a flat here. Maybe just a little raise go in here.
Yeah,
So maybe 3 grand, something like that.
he's counted out the raise.
Oh, there we go. We speak the same language.
Clive in the big. Naeem was quickly out the way. Clive's got nothing really. He's 9-5 off. He'll fold. Jared takes the hand down.
Good for him. And you pick up a couple more blinds. So well done, Jared. Grinding away. No real cards to play with, so to speak. So you know, you can only use the cards you've got.
Yeah, no other spots really to make any other moves at this point. Right, so Anand will be under the gun when we continue. Chandra in the big blind. Ace 9 offsuit under the gun.
So Anand with 75,000 though, so he's been grinding away nicely over in the corner.
Yeah, He's just limped in though with ace-9. It's folded all the way around. Now Naeem with pocket nines. There will come a raise.
It'll be interesting to see if we see any nines.
Puts in the raise.
5,500.
5.5 because there was a limper, adding the extra.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
So there was a
Nut-
raise there.
Yeah, Nut folds and you get shown the nines by Lum and he turns over that I also had a 9.
Yeah. So good job he got out of the way, especially with the ace-9 on the flop, because that's the sick one that was coming.
So Nut will be in the big blind. Adam will be under the gun.
And we're on hand 59. 11 minutes to the hour. Sorry, 9 minutes to the hour.
Yeah, we're around about 9 minutes away from the break, Gary.
We're 40-minute levels now. 40,
We should say 40 or 45. You would have the sheet
yeah, I
there
think
too.
it's 40. So we'll have a look at the timing clock. I do think that we've probably got a little bit longer to run. I don't know. I'll get HP to look at the timing clock when we got a second. Super efficient there. And you're right, Mark. We're nearly we're 8.5 minutes away. So yeah, it'll be on the hour. But the levels are 40 minutes. 30 players in. Sorry, 30 entries and 25 players in. So we've lost 5 players from the field.
Still the same as when we checked earlier.
Yeah.
And there'll be no additions, and I think we're almost at the end of the re-entry period.
I actually don't know is the answer to that question. Let me have a look, see if I've got it in my paperwork here. We are a little bit boxed in at the back
Meanwhile,
here.
there's been a monster flop from Chandra with the pocket sixes. She flopped the full house.
Anyone
Wow.
else will get the money, but you
She doesn't get any action.
Oh, she hoarded it all in there, so yeah. Let's have a look here. Super Slam. No limit hold'em, freeze out, day 2, levels 40 minutes. So the levels are 40 minutes. And it says here the starting stack was 100k.
He's a bad
That's correct, Gary.
Super Slam, starting stack 100,000.
Now with 90% of
12
his
levels of re-entry, does it say there? Yes.
Yeah. Late reg, 12 entry, 12 levels.
So we are on level 11, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, so one more level after
I
the
mean,
break.
I don't expect him to fold aces to me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, or ace nine,
Jared's
should I
now
say
got a proper
fold
hand,
ace?
Gary, under the gun, pocket queens.
Yeah, 4k in the pop, he's in the, under the gun, so, you know, I think maybe 2.5x here. What's he going to put in?
4,000.
He's gone for pot size bet.
Yeah.
Raising from early position, he'll get the respect.
Jack
It's folded
nine.
round. Jack nine suited for Chandra. She lets go. A Nunt in the small blind folds. Adam with a rag ace in the big.
He said you're very new.
Asking how much is it. He gets out the way.
They got high expectation of you.
And Jared will take that pot in.
Never played there.
So both him and Chandra still at the bottom there. 23 bigs each.
Indeed. I'm going to go have a wander and reconnaissance for our next table. So give me excuse me for a moment.
I will continue on your stead.
No, this morning, not starting.
Right, so in the next hand, Naeem will be under the gun. Jared in the big blind. Everybody just sorting it out. So action on Naeem. Under the gun, he's putting in a raise. Didn't see his cards there. Quickly folded from Clive, quick fold from Chandra. And Nance a quick fold, everybody quick folding round.
Shame those skins.
And Naeem will take in the pot. Nines again. So no real action there, just the last few hands. Raised by pocket pairs, nobody with anything to fight with, folds, just taking down the blinds and the ante. Gary's out there getting some information for us on the next table that we'll have after the break. Because we will change out the feature table. We'll change it out every 2 hours. Clive kick here under the gun, king 5 off.
Well, that's just nothing.
They fold, Chandra folds, and unfolds. Adam has stepped away from the table, is folded. Round to Jared in the small blind with 10-6 suited. Might complete here. He does so, and it's checked by Naim in the big. So two-way to the flop. Nothing for Jared on that flop. He has bet, and will steal the pot. Queen 2 for Naim.
He said 3 minutes. The basic between Queen 2 for 280.
So we're rocketing along here this morning. We're now on 62 hands completed in the 2 hours. So that's 31 hands per hour, which is a phenomenal rate. Exceeding what we had yesterday.
He was on camera.
And we're on to hand number 63 with a few minutes left in the break, before the break. And Chandra will be our under the gun player. Clive in the big blind. Adam has stepped away from the table already. These cards are taken in by the dealer. So Chandra, Queen 9 suited under the gun. Nice hand, but from position not really nice. 9-2 for none folded. Jared folds. Naim small blind has got a rag ace. Tries to get information of Clive before he puts his money in. He limps in. Clive with an 8-7.
There's a lot of friends in Anzomita.
Checks.
There's a lot of friends in Anzomita.
So gut shot for both players. Clive bets. There's a quick fold from Naim. So we'll probably have one, maybe two more hands before the break. Anant will be under the gun, Chandra in the big blind. Hand number 64. As 32 hands per hour in tournament play is a really, really fast play.
Guys, you'll be moving out to the break for table 3, which is against the wall on the other side. We will move you.
Gary just letting the players know where they will be going after the break. Players told that's where your table will be. We will move your chips for you. So Nant under the gun. Let's put in the raise. Run to Adam. Folds. Jared folds. Naim with 10-4 is folded. Clive with a king jack in the small blind. Might decide that he wants to have a piece of this. And he is going to call. Chandra in the big blind. She folds. The rag ace, so 2 to the flop. And this will probably conclude our session.
No, there'll be another end.
Nothing for Clive on that.
Okay, go walk.
On check, check.
Go walk.
Checked again on the turn.
Go walk.
And none checks. No help for Clive there. He's still king high. And now Nant will bet the river and take in the pot.
Hold on 1 second. I hope you never call me back to get into trouble.
So we will squeeze one more hand. Chandra was correct. She said we will get in one more hand.
King ace. I folded ace. King diamond.
I know what else is doing it.
I folded ace 2.
So Nant had ace king there apparently. We keep graphics caught up now.
Aunt.
So he was slow playing. And just bet the river, trying to suck Clive in. So hand number 65. This will be our last hand before the break. Adam under the gun. Puts his cards in the box. Counts out the raise. It's raised. Folded, folded. Everybody getting out of the way. Doesn't want to play the last hand. Adam will take that hand down. And that'll be the break now. So we will let our viewers rejoin us in 15 minutes time. And we will have a change out on the feature table.
Mjpt is incorporating some brand new tournaments into our structures, and the first one of those is the Monster Marathon. This is a great tournament to take part in for just 4,000 Rand. You get 20,000 starting stack, and blind levels are 2 hours long. Then after 5 levels of late registration, there is an add-on. 4,000 Rand will get you an additional 50,000 chips. So for such a small investment, you get so much play of poker. There are plenty of new events happening at Carnival City at Mjpt soon. Good morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is Mjpt and it is the first tour stop of the season, and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very, very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, Day 2 of the Mjpt 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there we move on to 12 o'clock, where there is a Super Slam satellite. This is your chance to win your way into the 25K Super Slam for just 800 Rand entry. Join us for that satellite, and hopefully you get to win your seat into the 2 p.m. 25K freeze-out. This is such an exciting event. It's a big buy-in, but it promises to be really, really great poker. You'll sit down with 100,000 in chips and plenty of time to play your way to one of the best trophies to win in this series. Then after that, at 3 o'clock, we've got a 3K Turbo. Lots of fun for that event. It's a re-entry event with an add-on and promises to be another awesome Mjpt event. Then at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies event. This ladies event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and will be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates. Good morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is Mjpt and it is the first tour stop of the season, and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very, very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, Day 2 of the Mjpt 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there we move on to 12 o'clock, where there is a Super Slam satellite. This is your chance to win your way into the 25K Super Slam for just 800 Rand entry. Join us for that satellite, and hopefully you get to win your seat into the 2 p.m. 25K freeze-out. This is such an exciting event. It's a big buy-in, but it promises to be really, really great poker. You'll sit down with 100,000 in chips and plenty of time to play your way to one of the best trophies to win in this series. Then after that, at 3 o'clock, we've got a 3K Turbo. Lots of fun for that event. It's a re-entry event with an add-on and promises to be another awesome MJPT event. Then at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies event. This ladies event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and will be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs. Right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates. Good morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is Mjpt and it is the first tour stop of the season and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, day 2 of the MJPT 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there, we move on to 12 o'clock, where there is a Super Slam satellite. This is your chance to win your way into the 25K Super Slam for just 800 Rand entry. Join us for that satellite, and hopefully you get to win your seat into the 2 p.m. 25K freeze-out. This is such an exciting event. It's a big buy-in, but it promises to be really great poker. You'll sit down with 100,000 in chips and plenty of time to play your way to one of the best trophies to win in this series. Then after that, at 3 o'clock, we've got a 3K Turbo. Lots of fun for that event. It's a re-entry event with an add-on and promises to be another awesome MJPT event. Then at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies event. This ladies event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and will be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs. Right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates. Good morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is MJPT and it is the first tour stop of the season and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, day 2 of the MJPT 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there, we move on to 12 o'clock, where there is a Super Slam satellite. This is your chance to win your way into the 25K Super Slam for just 800 Rand entry. Join us for that satellite, and hopefully you get to win your seat into the 2 p.m. 25K freeze-out. This is such an exciting event. It's a big buy-in, but it promises to be really great poker. You'll sit down with 100,000 in chips and plenty of time to play your way to one of the best trophies to win in this series. Then after that, at 3 o'clock, we've got a 3K Turbo. Lots of fun for that event. It's a re-entry event with an add-on and promises to be another awesome MJPT event. Then at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies event. This ladies event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and will be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs. Right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates. morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is Mjpt and it is the first tour stop of the season and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very, very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, day 2 of the Mjpt 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there we move on to 12 o'clock where there is a Super Slam satellite. This is your chance to win your way into the 25K Super Slam for just 800 Rand entry. Join us for that satellite and hopefully you get to win your seat into the 2 p.m. 25K freeze out. This is such an exciting event. It's a big buy-in, but it promises to be really, really great poker. You'll sit down with 100,000 in chips and plenty of time to play your way to one of the best trophies to win in this series. Then after that, at 3 o'clock, we've got a 3K Turbo. Lots of fun for that event. It's a re-entry event with an add-on and promises to be another awesome MJPT event. Then at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies event. This ladies event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and will be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs. Right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates. Good morning and welcome back to Carnival City. It is MJPT and it is the first tour stop of the season and we are so excited to be here. Now today is a very, very busy day here at Carnival City. There is a lot going on. First of all, day 2 of the Mjpt 6K freeze-out returns, and that is down to almost the money, and we will be crowning a winner today. There's 438,000 Rand up for grabs in that tournament. That will be streamed live to you guys at home. You can catch all of the action on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Then from there we move on to 12 o'clock where there is a Super Slam satellite. This is your chance to win your way into the 25K Super Slam for just 800 Rand entry. Join us for that satellite and hopefully you get to win your seat into the 2 p.m. 25K freeze out. This is such an exciting event. It's a big buy-in, but it promises to be really, really great poker. You'll sit down with 100,000 in chips and plenty of time to play your way to one of the best trophies to win in this series. Then after that, at 3 o'clock, we've got a 3K Turbo. Lots of fun for that event. It's a re-entry event with an add-on and promises to be another awesome MJPT event. Then at 4 o'clock, we have got a ladies event. This ladies event will be hosted by our new ambassador, Lady Kazia. She will be here with the ladies at 4 p.m. and will be teaching all you ladies how to play poker. Entry is free, so come on down, join us. There'll be some great prizes up for grabs. Right here at Carnival City. Don't forget to catch all of that action on the live stream and on our Facebook page for regular updates.
Right, welcome back after the break. We've got our new feature table settling in. We'll get a full list to you now with all the players that are joining us. Already I can see Martin Maroon there. He'll be under the gun player. We've got Moon Khan will be in the small blind. Daryl Lipman will be in the big blind. I'll get you a full list of the players with all the chip counts. Rob Blonsky in seat 3 with 85,600. And Greg hasn't sat down at the table. Sitting on 168,700. Sheldon Groovier, seat 5, 125.5. Moon is on 41.5. Daryl Lipman, 65. Martin Maroon, 29,400. It's our short stack at the table. So Martin under the gun.
Thanks for that intro, Mark. Sorry, I was out doing my duties.
That's why we're here, Gary, and we fly dual rather than do solo. Makes life easier.
A lot easier. Okay, so healthy viewing numbers out there in internet land. So welcome to all the new viewers. We have a new pen, 14 pens, plural. How's that? And I got a sandwich. Thank you, Mark.
Pleasure, guys.
Push that in my face at an opportune moment. Okay, Mooncon on the table without the metal bullets. We had a chat about it. Good old Mooney, he took it well.
Yeah, it's just kind of interfere with the RF readers, and that's.
So where are we? 9,000, of course. There's 3 bet by Lippy in the big. And he gets that through. So Sheldon Grove, 12 o'clock. What do you know about Sheldon?
Not that much. I've seen him around once or twice.
I've never met him in my life.
Yeah, he's been a regular on the circuit of late, so he's played quite a number of events. You know, always see his name in the satellites and a couple of the others.
Yeah, I got to say, I've never met him, so no disrespect, we just don't know each other. So we will be venturing into the unknown in terms of his poker CV, but that's good.
Everybody else at the table pretty well known to us.
Yes, of course. I mean,
MK's good mate Greg sitting down there. In,
Greg the Hat.
Yeah.
That's what I call him, because he's got an unpronounceable surname for us pummies. It's Mock Goat Laheng.
Mochat Laheng.
Yeah.
You said it's Mochat Laheng.
Yeah, Mock Goat Laheng.
There we go. Close enough, guys.
That's where it gets to. Better known as my buddy Greg.
Yeah, Greg's good.
Yeah, no, nice man. Eh? Nice fella.
Pocket 5s for Sheldon Grover. He's just flat called.
Okay, off hunting for the speed limits there.
Darryl Lipman is completed with Jack 7 off. Martin Maroon in the big blind with Queen 2. And Martin's quite short here, Gary.
Yeah, he's been taking a few hits on the outer table, he told me. So
yeah, he's only got 12 bigs now.
Not in the best of shape, so checked around there. And we'll get ourselves a little flop. Ace 6-4. 5s are still ahead, eh?
5s are still ahead, but Darren's going to lead into it.
You know, Darren, who's at the top of your picture there, you know, he can be very aggressive or he can be very passive. It depends which one turns up. So,
there's a non-believer, and that'll slow Darren down straight away.
Okay, so the 10 no hope. 5s get stronger.
And now, yeah, Sheldon, good play. Flat called the flop, didn't believe. Bets, and he takes the hand down. Well played, sir.
Yeah, thanks to the street of value, Darren. You weren't getting anywhere. So that's interesting. So our first hand history for Mr. Sheldon Grove there. And we will log that one away and we'll see how he goes.
Well, he showed he's not going to be pushed around, Gary. Just because Darren bet the flop and there were 2 overs to his pair of 5s, he didn't believe and he came along. So we'll move on to our next hand. Rob Blonsky will be in the big blind. Greg will be under the gun.
By the way, it was official that Sipe did beat Phil's record.
Yes, she beat him by some margin.
4 or 5 hands, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think we're going to actually give her 65 completed.
Yep, and which would make her 5 more than 6 more than.
Yep. So Sipe is our new #1 dealer.
Now that is a serious speed, Gary. That's over 32 hands to the hour.
And especially in a live tournament on TV table. Also, and compliments to the players as well. I did actually speak to them at the end there and said thank you for your discipline with the food and the phones, etc. I don't know if you picked it up on the mic.
Yes, we did pick it up on the mic as I was signing off.
Yeah, it's important that they know that we're here bashing them when they do the wrong things, but we compliment them when they do the right things as well.
Right,
okay.
so there's a limp pot, blind on blind.
No, exactly. He's reachable for the day.
Well, Sheldon is quite loud. We're picking that up.
For the day. You can't get any phone. No,
Maybe he's deaf.
check any day.
You never know.
Right, so it's checked all the way. The king high of Martin is good, but it's checked to Rob, so Rob's going to have a little steal at it.
So Poland does bet 3K.
And he steals the hand. With 3 high.
Nice work, Bob.
Just position.
Nothing but you knew it.
Greg's sitting fairly comfortably. 84 bigs, 169,000.
Yeah, he's been chipping away nicely. Sheldon's obviously in good shape there. Rob, middle of the field. Remember, 100k was the starting stack. The average is probably about 125 now. So with 5 players out of the field.
Yeah, so we've got 2 players above that average here, and the rest all below, and Martin heading a little short now.
Yeah. So under the gun player will be Sheldon to the front. 12 o'clock position. Is that a message from Buttercup there?
Yeah, Butter's sending us a menu.
He says, Clint Clacker is the best in SA. Don't know what you're talking, what you've been smoking. I think he might be referring to one of our comments, who knows?
Yeah, referring when we were talking Jared up.
Yeah, possibly.
Track record counts at this
Anyhow,
case,
Buttercup,
Butters.
nice to see you online. Get your bum down here, come and visit. Come have and say how's it in the back. Nice to see you online, Sean.
Right, so we move on to the next hand. Martin Maroon on the button.
Martin is folding the nuts, it's official.
After Moon had limped in with a 10-9. Blonsky with 5-4 will complete the blind. Round to Greg, 9-3 off, will probably just check his option. And does so.
Okay, so 3 ways to the flop. Let's see what's going to happen here. There's 2 8s and a 5, so best of it go to Blonsky, I think. 2 pair. He's going to be first to act. He's checked. Greg checks. Mooncan's going to have a stab at this straight away with his backdoor straight.
Blonsky will have none of that.
Yep, he'll call that off. Greg gets out of the way, 2 to the turn. Okay, that's a blank for both players.
Well, it brings more outs for Moon. He's got a jack for a gutty now.
Yeah. And that's the check mark for Blonsky
Yeah,
with the
full
trip
outs
fives.
for Blonsky.
Wonder how much he's going to bet here and get, and how quickly Moon's going to fold.
Yeah, Moon's going to fold. There's nothing there for Moon.
That was a quarter moon, not a full moon.
And Gary, in the break, I had a quick look out there, and the Survivor Jam is going, the cash game.
Okay.
And I saw Bozo sitting down at that. You know, when he was in the commentary booth, he spoke to me and said that that's his newfound passion, that he'd never been a big cash player, but has started playing it of late.
Well, we'll have to get him involved there. Now he's back in Joburg.
And I saw Nigerian Mike there with him as well.
Oh, well, so it'll be a nice paced game.
Yeah, nice paced game indeed.
Okay, Mr. Moon Khan is your under the gun player in our seat number 6, and as we look at it, top right of your screen, with the Uziko t-shirt on. So let's have a look at your cards in the box, please. Thank you, Mr. Moon. 7-5.
Holding those.
Lippy with Marconi. That's going to be raised up to 4K.
Yeah, just a little min click.
Martin being very cautious and picking his spots now, quite short stacked
Yeah, he can't play that.
relative to the field.
Blonsky on the button, won't like that.
So that's what Greg has picked up here. Queen 3 in the small.
And Greg, a pretty solid player, Gary.
Yeah, he'll be playing there. Sheldon might decide to defend here.
He was a min click only. Got to put 2 into 9.
Well, he's sitting there with 129,000, so it's
Yeah, there
cheap.
you will. Got to defend the blind when it's a min raise there. And he has found the best of the flop, but middle pip only. He'll check it. It's gone check, check. No change there. There's a gut shot now for Darren. He picks up extra outs.
8 outs.
Sheldon is now bet, thinking his 4 is good, which it is. And the call for Darren for the gut shot and the 2 overs. 8 doesn't change anything. It's gone check, check. And the 4 is good.
Nod of the head from Darren, and Darren will slide those across to the dealer.
Moon asks for some change before the dealer slides the pot across, because he's going to be in the big blind next and needs some change.
And Sheldon will pick up some more cheese,
Yeah,
more
he's
cheddar.
shown that he doesn't get pushed around. He'll defend his blind. And when Lipman bet out on the flop previously with the 5, when he had 5s, 2 overs, he said he didn't believe and came along.
Yeah, so Darren, of course, a relatively new father, of course. Had a baby in just before Christmas there, I think, just last event, in fact. So if we haven't already said it, congrats to you and your good lady. And I'm sure Howard will be delighted with the grandchild. Can't remember if we announced that in the last series or not, but if we did, we did. If we didn't, Congrats.
We're just doing it again.
Queen 10. Martin Maru.
It's amazing how often the Queen 10 has shown up on the feature table over the last few days.
I'm going to give you another hand to look for soon, and Queen 10 will disappear. You know that, huh?
You do. That's a fact, Gary.
It is fact.
It's because we're just noticing it because you've mentioned it, and then we take note of it.
I'm going to tell you now that every flop there'll be a Jack, a 7 or a 2. There you go.
Okay.
You'll never see another Queen 10 again.
Some fun in
So Martin's got the baby in here. And there's Sheldon's asking for a cant. And I think
too
that
much
might
for
have
the
been a
10.
little bit of wasted time there.
Yeah.
But well done, Martin. Pick up 5k. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. When you're sitting with 20k, picking up 5k, 25% increase in your stack, Gary.
We'll take it. We'll take it indeed. And Martin will be our under the gun player. So bottom right of your screen with the long blue jacket on.
Need to last on this table, have to win a USO. Win a blind every time. Stay on the stable, champ.
Right, so Martin under the gun, going to look at his cards.
It's not a bad place to be at the moment, eh?
Oh, they're heading for the buck. Hijack, ace 2, raggedy. I think that's got to go in the muck, really, Blomsky.
Yeah.
That's a different story. This is a better ace for Greg in the cuts-off. We've not really seen much action from Greg so far. Looks up at the screen, checks the blind levels, says he's going to raise it up. Puts a 5k chip in the middle.
Good standard raise, pot
Yep.
size.
So Sheldon will get out of the way on the button. Let's see what the blinds are going to do. Moon says no thank you very much. And it looks like Lippy just called it off. Jack to Jack. So we're sweating here with Darren.
7,000.
Continuation bet. And called. Ace on the turn. Check, check.
12,000.
Lipman representing that jack there. He may well have it.
He's put Greg in a tough spot, but I think he's going to call it off. He might even just be calling for a chop here. Let's have a look at what Lippman's got.
Yeah, ace jack.
Ace
Wow.
Jack, wow, he had the monster.
Flopped huge, turned bigger, Gary. So big hand for Darren, and he gets paid off.
He was in Hollywood then. The sun was shining. The beds are working. Play ace jack like him, eh? Play ace jack like him for me.
And Martin having a little fun with the players and telling Darren you're Hollywooding there when you're sitting with a monster. And Rob Blonsky will be under the gun. Martin Maroon puts some of those hard-earned chips that he has got. Big blind and ante in.
Blomsky with the pocket fives under the gun. So he's going to put in a bet here. Looks like about, ooh, that was quite big.
5, I think, Gary.
Yeah, all singles. So he bet the pot. Sheldon with ace 8 is not calling here, that's for sure. King 4 from Mooncan, he's at the way. Ace queen for Lippy. Just a call here, that's interesting.
Yeah, he didn't 3-bet it, and he
And
didn't 3-bet
Martin
the
might
ace.
be inclined to get involved here out of the big. He's only got another 3k to call.
3 into 14, getting good odds.
Yeah, absolutely, getting a red price. I mean, he might even be thinking about pushing here, given the action.
You've been bad
One
shape if you did.
raise and the limp.
That's going through his mind, Gary.
Yeah, for sure it is. Can Blomsky call off on all in with pocket fives? The answer is probably not. Can Darren, with this size of stack? Probably not.
So no help for anyone on the flop. The pocket fives are still ahead. It's gone check, check to Blonsky, who was the original raiser.
Yeah, Rob's going to continue here, I think.
He's counting it out around about 7, I think. 6,000, just under.
Small ball poker, but that gets rid of one.
Yeah, Martin's thinking about making a move, but he just can't. He just doesn't have the stack to do it. If he does, he's committing his whole tournament life to it.
Yeah, it needs to be 2 hearts on the flop there for any of those sort of moves.
He wanted to, you could see it, he wanted to make the
Yeah,
move.
he was desperate.
But he just knew he couldn't.
So the advert going out on the stream now for the marathon event.
Yeah, the new event tomorrow, Gary.
Yeah.
Brand new event. You know, Mark's always being innovative.
4,000 buy-in, 20,000 starting stack, 2-hour blind levels, 4,000 for the add-on, additional 50,000 chips if you want the add-on. That's the marathon event tomorrow. Look forward to that. Back to the action on the feature table. Greg is under the gun here.
Can't see Greg's cards. He has raised it to the standard raise now, 5,000. Ace 3 folding after a bit of a deliberation. Martin with Queen Jack. He's not going to call that. Blonsky with Ace 7 off. May defend his big blind to put 3 into 10. And it's going to defend.
So I'm putting Greg on an ace here, the big ace.
I think so, big ace. Nothing for Blonsky there. It's gone check, check. 4 no change. Blonsky, if there's any slowdown from the other player, he's very aggressive to bet. He jumps on it very quickly.
Oh, we don't get to see Greg's cards.
Yeah, and Blonsky will take that down. As you saw yesterday on the feature table when Blonsky was there, the more experienced players will often check to him like that just to get him to have the bluff bet because they know he will do it.
Yeah.
His aggression factor will count in.
Free advice here from the poker gurus. Next time you're playing the Blonsk, we want to share.
I put it out as not advice from me, Gaz, as the other players were doing it, but you're quite right too. Right, so we move on to our next hand. Sheldon Javier will be under the gun. Yeah, that's the good Afrikaans pronunciation of that surname, Javier.
He's Grove and he'll always be Grove. That's an English name. We'll just call him Sheldon. We'll agree to disagree.
Ace
Sheldon
5.
for the Big Bang Theory. Here we go, all in.
Yeah, the ace 5 suited on the button. Martin's going to be doing a lot of this till he picks up chips.
Yeah, he'll steal these blinds, that's easy.
Yeah, that's a welcome 5k plus to him. It buys him a rotation every time, Gary.
Good for him.
Well, Sheldon's full of beans, full of chips. Takes a little time on each hand. Not Nigerian Mike bad, but does take a little time.
And Martin says you'll see that on TV in a half an hour.
So Moon will be under the gun player when the action resumes. Players all in good spirits. Nice long series for the players, lots of events to choose from.
Nice long series for us.
Yeah,
One seat to choose from.
one seat to choose from, absolutely, Gary. Good company at least, and a nice view.
Oh yeah, best view in poker.
So it's folded all the way around. Up to Blonsky and the button. 5-3 into the muck. So Jack 9 suited, blind on blind. That's a nice hand, Gary.
He's in the smalls. I think he's just completed there.
Yeah, he just has completed. Oh, look what
Sheldon has,
Sheldon's woken up with.
Yeah, he's woken up the aces.
Now he's got to decide, how much do I raise here? I don't want to lose my only customer because everybody else has folded.
Flatted.
He's put in little raise. And he got Greg to call. It was a min click.
Gut shot for Greg.
Yeah, a little something for Greg. It's gone check, check. Very, very sneaky of Sheldon playing. Now Greg's going to bet that gut shot.
There's a raise. 7,000 or 8,000.
Well, just flatting it. Playing very trappy. Oh, now, of course, now he's got the bingo card. Then he knows that he's not behind to a 2-pair. Greg's going to have a bluff at this.
7, up to 7,000.
And here goes the raise, Gary.
Raise, 20 total.
You got nothing, Greg, unfortunately.
By slow playing, the aces like at min clicking and then checking.
Thanks for showing us, Sheldon.
I didn't want you to wait half an hour, Martin.
Yeah.
I really didn't want you to wait
Didn't want you to wait half an hour. The hands too. Hey, you know, you're just bragging rights, eh? The rockets, and I got the set on the river, played them well, got paid. It was well played. You got maximum value out of that.
Sheldon didn't know where to hide his eyes.
Look at the camera, just don't look at the cards. Listen, I must be telling you, I'm worried with that 5 and 6 in the small blind.
Right, so we'll move on to the next hand after a little bit of fun there. The post-hand analysis and chatter. Lipman under the guns, a quick folder, ace-2 off.
A lot
round
of
to
noise
Martin.
is what I would call it.
Yeah. Chatter goes with the monkey chatter, doesn't it, Gary? Martin's put the baby in with 10-9 suited.
He knows he'll be live.
There's one of his 10s if he does get called. Blonsky folding 10-3, ace-9 for Greg. It's a big call to make, and he's just taken a hit. And whenever a player's just taken a hit, they're less likely to make the call straight thereafter. Shoulder with 10-4 off.
No,
So all the 10s are just about gone. So only Moon Khan to get through, and he has the last 10. So there were indeed all the 10s gone. He had King 10, but he can't call with that. It's too much.
Martin will pick up another rotation. Well done, young man.
He's doing it well. He's grinding his way up. 11 bigs. Oh, he's 15 bigs now. Moon is down to 11 bigs. So Martin moving in the right direction.
So Moon in shoving mode now.
Yeah, Mooney's not one that likes to shove a lot. He likes to see the flop in that. So even when he's short stacked, I've seen him come along. So we'll wait and see how he plays the short stack. Right, so Martin Maroon under the gun. 8-5 off into the muck. Blunts 8-2.
Here we go. Ace king for Greg. He'll be happy to see that.
Yeah, recover some of the chips that he leaked off there. Got players keeping the race pretty standard. Sheldon folds, Moon folds, Darren folds. So Greg will just rake in the extra 5,000.
So we've got a little view of, I think that's Rainier there, JP. Can't see who the other players are in the distance. We were trying to get, I think it's a Nigerian Mike's out there.
There's Kevin on the other side of JP.
Kevin Khalil. So they're going away. And that in the top left-hand corner, I think is some satellite going on.
Yeah, that was the cash game that was going on.
Oh, that's the
Gary.
cash game.
The Survivor Jam. Barbosa stepped away from the table, but he was sitting there. He was sitting right next to Nigerian Mark, to Nigerian Mark's right.
That's Gareth Edmonds playing there as well, as I can see.
Yes.
And obviously Mark having a little wander around, seeing how that's going. Okay, that's cool. So we'll come back down again and we'll zoom back in on that other table, Nana.
Blant's under the gun, King 2 into the muck. Greg folds.
Shoulder gets out of the way.
Says I'm not playing the button with my short stack.
Mooney folds. Darren Littman's all in.
Jack 8 off.
Yeah, but he's just stealing the big blind
Yep.
off Martin. He's just hoping that Martin's got nothing.
That's exactly what he's doing.
And that's the other table there. Well done to HB finding the other table. Of course, we're familiar with all these players. Just left the feature table. They're right there.
So we have 4 tables in the Super Slam game.
So Sheldon is quite vocal, eh?
Very vocal and loud. And I didn't think I would find someone on the table louder than Lipman.
Yeah, normally Darren's the one holding court on the table. So,
Absolutely.
and notwithstanding the fact we've got Blomskin on the table as well, you know.
He's been very quiet though this series so far, Gary.
No talking chips yet. When Rob's at the top there and he's got a big bundle of chips, then he'll be chatting away with the boys. Rob's in the zone trying to chip up there. Good for him.
Right, so folded round to Sheldon in the hijack. King 3 suited. Any fancies to see a flop? Limping in from early. Darren on the button with ace 9 might raise it up to see where he stands. He has done so. Martin with 6-4 suited. Normally a hand he'd like to play, just looking at his stack and saying, yeah, I can't. I wanted to.
Rob will get rid of this sharpish in the big blind. Bye. Unless he
Sheldon,
feels a bit fruity.
does he want to see a flop? It's going to cost you 4,000 more to see that flop.
Well, he's got a suited king here, so he's decided he's going to have a look. Let's see if that brings anything. He's
Yeah,
got a king for sure.
bought him 2 pair.
It's a nice little flop for him. Darren's going to bet into him with a continuation donation.
11,000. Fancy flat here, Gary?
Yeah, for sure. Doesn't want to get too frisky. We'll keep Darren on the hook. So Lippy's got jacks as outs now. No help, so
None of them.
Sheldon's 2 pair is good. Sheldon will bet this and that'll be a fold.
So that speculative king 3 limp and then calls with the raise has paid off.
Yeah, he got 22 grand for his trouble. Well played. So we're getting to know Sheldon a little bit better as the game goes on. So I've never played poker with Sheldon, so I don't know if he's a new player.
Yeah, I've just seen him around in the satellite lists and things like that. I actually personally haven't played at the table with him.
But he's enjoyed his time. He's paid 25k, so he's going to have a bit of fun. He needs to learn to put his big chips in the front. Surprised the dealer hasn't told him.
He
yet.
did show the king 3, which is, you know, a little inexperienced because now he's getting stick from Lipman and Martin that he called the raise with king 3 and
Yeah.
you know they're going to goad him a little. And he's trying to justify, oh, it was such a good price and this, that, and the other, and all the rest.
Yeah, so if you see Sheldon's chips there, the 10s and the 5s are at the back where they should be at the front.
Yeah, and
It's
just
just good poker etiquette.
remind the viewers out there the reason why, so that everybody else at the table can see what they're playing against.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, PG 6. PG parental male.
I think he's doing the change thing here.
Yeah, just applying some change. Right, so Martin will be under the gun.
My daughter's watching, just so you know. She's watching. Fast forward that section. Yeah, you get to see your grandfather live on TV.
Blonsky raised with the Queen 8 when it was folded to him, and he'll take down that pot.
Rob's in the zone here today, and it's nice to see. He's just sitting there, got his headphones in, taking on, just not getting involved. Greg the same, playing their game. Good to see. Nice professional way to forward, and Moon, of course.
Yeah, all the noises from Sheldon down. Coaching Moon now, telling him, my brother, it's time to start firing with that small stack of yours. So he's even adding a coaching thing in there as well.
Well, maybe we can give him a job at the poker school. You never know. So, he took the advice of Sheldon and shoved it in.
Shoved it in with ace 5 under the gun. Precarious shove always. The rag ace from early. Trying to disguise the strength of his hand. Trying to make it out that it's a lot stronger than it is.
Rob won't call here.
No, can't call with ace deuce.
So let's see, now you've got him to do it, Sheldon, what are you going to do?
Yeah, Jack 9, he's not calling with that.
Don't worry about this fucking beep. Sorry, beep. How much is that?
13.5. Total 13.5.
This is TV time, he's never calling. If he is, it'll be pretty loose.
Yeah.
Well, it's carving out a call.
So it's not, Moon doesn't have as much as we thought, Gary. It's not 22. It was 13 and a half to call.
Oh, okay.
So the dealer gave the exact count there. So it was slightly less than what we thought. It was 13 and a half was the call. Right, so Moon finds a 5. He didn't need help. He's got to just dodge the jacks or the 9s. 10 is no good. The 6 and Mooney will survive and double up.
If I was Mooney, I'd be saying to Sheldon, thanks for the advice and thanks
Yeah.
for the chips.
Yeah, thank you for the chips. Much appreciated. Yeah, Martin's already saying Sheldon's not a folder. He's a stubborn man. We've seen that already.
I suspect there's a little bit of psychology in that comment.
Absolutely. Martin is an old, experienced workhorse.
No, Martin and I played a lot of poker together.
Martin setting up for future plays. Right, so Darryl under the gun, 10-8. He normally likes it, but it's from far too early.
Pocket twos. What are you going to do in the hijack here, Martin?
A lot of players to get through.
Well, he can't shove because he can get the same result by just raising here. I mean, if he's going to raise, he's got to put 15 in. But if he's not, he's going to fold.
That's his predicament with a short stack, Gary.
Well, he needs to send a clear message that I'm committed, you know?
And I think
He
he
might
would
have got snapped here.
yeah, by Greg. Quick fold, round Moon folds, and Greg will get that through.
Well done.
No, but Martin showed good discipline there. A lot of players, because they've got a pocket pair, think they have to play it, limp it in, whatever. Burn chips when they're very short stack. Martin was disciplined. Small pair from early, let it go.
So I believe our under the gun player will be Martin Maroon. Yeah, correct. So let's show us what you got, Martin. Thank you for that. And another one of those in early position.
I was going to put it in now, though.
That folds around quickly. This is a fold from Sheldon.
Moon's a quick folder. Mooney doesn't take time. He's quick and decisive.
Okay, Lippy's close here.
Yeah.
The trouble Lippy's got, he's got a small stack also.
Yeah, so
It's half his stack.
it's a big call with fours for half your stack.
I think it's a fold, but that's Darren's call. Depends how wide he thinks Martin's getting it in. Yep, so he will fold.
You know, the thing is with fours, if the guy's got an over pair, you're in terrible shape. If he's got two big cards, which you're probably putting him on, you're flipping. Do you want to flip for half your stack?
Answer negative. Okay, Martin with 15 bigs. Remember, the starting stack was 100k for this event, and it's probably sitting now around about 125. So a lot of players below average stack at the table. Our under the gun player will be Rob Blonsky.
Yeah, he's over starting stack, so he's in good shape. There's basically the three players to the left are all above starting stack, and the three players to the right all below starting stack.
The haves and the have-nots. Queen 10 for Rob Blonsky. Don't say you've seen it again, because you haven't been looking for Jack 7-2. If you'd been looking for Jack 7-2, you wouldn't see that. Trust me.
I failed to mention it this time, Gary.
Yeah, Jack 7-2 on the flop, trust me. Every third flop you'll see one of those cards. It's a fact.
Carries up to 11,000.
Martin tells him, play nicely, blind on blind. Darren will, Darren will bully and steal as much as he can, always. It's his style of play.
I'm just laughing at it. You will see the irony in this. Darren Lippman sat beside full moon. Private joke, obviously, but
Yes, definitely.
I'm just sitting here thinking out loud. For those who know, you know. If those who don't, send me a message, I'll send it back. Not to publicise.
Would make a good trivia question, Gats.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so Greg is under the gun here. Greg's away from the table, so his cards are going to the muck.
Blonsky assists the dealer very politely.
Meet Rob Blonsky, our beautiful assistant. Sheldon a fold. Moon with his 96, the nuts. That's his hand, by the way, for people who don't know. It's his favourite hand. He's known online as 96, the nuts. Pocket eights for Martin, they go in. Round to Blonsky's not going to get involved. Back round to Moon, and he will fold his favourite
Mooney
hand.
says, I'm going to fold my favourite hand to you.
Yep.
Martin shows the eights, buys a bit of credibility. Says, I'm not just shoving with anything. Blind's going up. Heard in the background here from our tech team.
1,000, 2,000, 2,000 on the big blind, and see. They will be going up.
Okay, next one, not this one. Next one.
Leaders and players in the 25k, you are now on a 20-minute break. This is the end of the re-entry
On a
period.
break. Okay,
We have
last
a 20-minute break.
I think he's just said they're taking a break.
Yes, Gary, the announcement from Mark Joseph there was that the players in the Super Slam will now take a 20-minute break because this is the end of the re-entry period or the late entry. So there's a 20-minute break for anybody that wants to still enter. Then it's cut out to freeze out and we will continue play.
Okay, good.
So this will be the last hand, and then we will have the break, and I won't comment on the Queen 10 Moon he's holding. Suited, nice hand in the hijack.
I told you, he's looking for Jack 7s and 2s. There's a Jack out there already, look. 7, sorry, out there already. If you just concentrate on Jack 7, 2, you'll never see another Queen 10, trust me. And what's this? This is Mr. Moon betting his Queen 10.
Yes, raising it. Got Darren to fold.
I'm surprised there.
Ace 10. On to Blonsky, he's not going to call the Queen 5.
Greg back at the table, 10-5 suited.
To the muck. Oh, so there was a raise from Sheldon. And then just a call by Mooney.
He's having none of it, says
I'll defend. He was in the big blind, so he's defending his blind.
2 diamonds, this is going to be fruity.
Oh, this is going to be
And
a lot of
straight
action,
draw.
yeah.
If a diamond comes, it's going to be a problem.
So now Sheldon has got the best of this by far. He's got the top pair, but if the diamond comes,
he's in trouble.
Greg's going to bet it. Flat call by Sheldon. Moon will get out the way.
Any 10, any diamond. One of those will do.
Oh, he's going to get a few chips back from Sheldon that he bluffed off earlier.
Sheldon's thinking, I've got the gin card here.
Yeah, and there's the bet from Greg.
I think Sheldon's got to call him off it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the bet was from Greg. 6,005.
There we go, there's the raise, and it's going to be called. It won't be re-raised because of the size of the flushes.
I've got a flush, mate.
And Greg says so have I.
Go back to the big table shots.
So Greg gets a lot of his chips back.
And as predicted, the diamond flush did come and we had some fireworks. We'll be back soon.
It's a 20-minute break.
MJPT is incorporating some brand new tournaments into our structures, and the first one of those is the Monster Marathon. This is a great tournament to take part in. For just 4,000 Rand, you get 20,000 starting stack, and blind levels are 2 hours long. Then after 5 levels of late registration, there is an add-on. 4,000 Rand will get you an additional 50,000 chips. So for such a small investment, you get so much play of poker. There are plenty of new events happening at Carnival City at MJPT soon.
Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind, Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from 100 meters underground in the cradle of humankind. Aquavita mineral water. Get more out of life. Aquavita, the official water of the EFC. Sourced from
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So I don't know if we have any additional players enter, but we're staying with the same table, which is the one we left you with. Quiet Sheldon.
I had a little chat with the players out there, and I told Lipman, you finally met your match. He says, yes, I'm going to have to step it up because I can't lose my status as the #1 chirper and noisemaker.
I had a similar conversation with him and Blonsky. Oh dear. Rob is head down focused, wants to do well in the tournament. So yeah, that's just a message from Carl. Okay, Moon's all in first hand, ace-2.
From under the gun. Trying to make it look stronger than it is. Oh, but he's going to get a caller here, Gary.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure you'll get a call with the stack size of Greg
Stack
as well.
size and stack size of Greg.
We just checked the stack sizes, so they are very accurate.
It's going to be an insta call. There's the call. No isolation from him. The player's still behind. Sheldon gets out the way.
Okay, so he's going to see he's in reasonably bad shape here, but
Needs a funky flop for the wheel or twos.
yep.
Oh,
Well, there's the flop for the wheel.
yeah, he's picked up the extra outs.
So any 5, any 2.
Still
No chop.
And he
Goodbye,
got-
Mr. Moon.
Now,
That's the end of Moon.
So our first casualty of the afternoon.
It's the risk of shoving the rag ace from early, Gary. You could run into a bigger one behind.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was Mooney was very low on chips here, 19,000, so he decided to do that. And also he's got half an eye on that cash table in the corner, so
I believe Boza has already been eliminated from the cash table there.
does he? I have no idea.
Spoke to Gareth in the break. He said you gave him the rev up earlier on in the series. And he says his bottom of his triangle is still not fixed, but he's working on it.
Good for him. I did indeed give him the rev up. Anyhow, back to today's events, and Martin is under the gun. Lose Moon from the table, which is a shame. Moon's a really colourful character.
Always entertaining.
Yep.
I think he'll definitely be playing the 4-card event later in the series, Gary.
Oh, that's his game. He loves to gamble on the PLO. So we are Sunday the 28th, the last day of February of 2021. It'll never happen again. And that means we're playing to a conclusion tonight. So this, strap yourselves in at home, folks. We're here for the duration. We will be playing down to a winner tonight. Okie dokie, where are we? Rob Blonsky with
In the cutoff, we can't see his cards at this point. Pocket 8s for Greg on the button.
Yeah, Greg will like this hand. Just picked up a few chips as well.
Yep.
So
He'll call the raise.
yep. I don't know if Sheldon showed his cards yet or not.
He hasn't yet, he's still looking.
He's very quiet, which is a tell in itself.
He's going to call as well. Put his cards in the box, thank you, sir.
Good luck to all players.
Still haven't picked up on his cards. Darryl folds queen. He's called, he's defended the queen 2 suited for value. So we've got 2 mystery players. Otherwise the 8s are in front to our mind. Rob was the pre-flop aggressor.
5,500.
He gets Greg to fold there.
Change, Sheldon.
Yeah, when he put them back in the box, that was an indication that he was playing, Gary.
Yep. So Sheldon's got the jack. What do you reckon?
I reckon he's got the jack, just the way that the body language went there, Gary.
Maybe they both got a check.
It's gone check, check now.
And the spade draw gets there as well.
Spade draw gets there, backdoor spade draw's got there. I believe he's got the jack there, Gary.
Yep, for sure.
Just the way the body language went on that. See if Blonsky's got it as well. There comes the repop.
Yep. Jack 10 of spades. Here we go. Stay on this angle. Jack King of
King
spades.
Jack.
King Jack. They both had the jack.
Yeah. Chop it up.
Are we geniuses or are we geniuses?
Maybe we've been doing this for a while, Gary. You a little longer than I. While they chop that up, just to get back to Gareth, he said he played the PLO event in at the WPT and actually took the title down. So he's got a WPT trophy.
Oh well.
Young Gareth, so he's definitely interested in the PLO event for this week.
Good. Good for him.
And he said he came in as a late reg in that PLO event at the break, got in with 12 bigs and took the trophy home.
Okay. 1 second.
Gary will just attend to some of the technical details. A lot of technical stuff that goes on behind the scenes here. If you're ever down here and you want to pop in, come speak to Gary or myself. Get the invite to come behind the scenes and see all the technology and see what happens here. You're more than welcome. Just check in with us before you come. Nobody can just walk in.
Sorry, just turning into a technical issue there.
Yeah, Gary, I was explaining to the viewers all the technical stuff that goes on behind and that you have to attend to that from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, there was a 20-minute break and certainly Bradley, myself and HP didn't have a break.
No.
Because we were busy re-registering cards, checking on all the chip counts, making sure the table's squared, all the electronics are connected, etc., etc. So quite a lot goes on behind the scenes, not necessarily just me, but certainly the technical boys, they certainly own their corn.
Yeah, they run around. No wonder Brad stays so young and fit. He
One of them
certainly
keeps
runs
turning
around.
my light off, of course. I put it on this morning, but I'm only just noticing now it's off. I just like a bit of light on my face, in case the camera decides to come here. People have got to see my makeup, you know. Spend a lot of time in the morning doing my lippy. Okay, Bromsky's getting rid of his 8-6. Greg, Jack 5 here. 7-2 for Sheldon. Shouldn't take too long to get rid of these. Aaron Lipman.
True to form, he's going to put pressure on Martin. Oh, flats this time. That might be a tell in itself. With any weaker hand he's normally putting pressure with, he might have a strong hand here.
For sure.
Here we go. Exactly what I said. He got Martin to shove, and there it goes. Pocket kings from Lippy. You heard it first here that he limped the monster, Gary.
Yeah, and he's got Jack Queen. So he's not dead, but he's certainly a long way behind. We'll just take our time and program those cards in.
Right now, Martin's drawing very thin unless he gets a lucky runner or runner straight.
That's it.
And it's a lock now. So we'll say goodbye to Martin. Darren set the trap, and as soon as he limped, Gary, I was suspicious. So Darren Lipman takes that down. Pocket kings turned a set. He limped and set up the trap, and Martin fell into it. Unlucky for Martin. So he'll leave our feature table, and we're down to 4 players on our feature table now. We've had 2 players eliminated in short succession, Moon and then Martin Maroon. Right, so we'll move on to our next hand. Greg will be under the gun. Had a little chat with him and asked where his mate MK is. They're normally close together. He says he hasn't seen MK for a while. MK is in Limpopo somewhere. So shout out to him there if he's watching. MK under the gun, pocket 7s. Gonna raise this. We are now only four-handed.
Raise to 6,500.
6,500 is the raise. Sheldon with the 9-4.